I hear the.
I don't know.
What?
You're trolling, bro.
Well,
I can
just
hear
turn
it.
up the volume. Just
Yo,
turn on the
Panda,
volume.
first comment of the day. Happy Friday,
Panda.
guys. Happy Friday. We are back. The alts are ripping. Not XRP, though, but everything else is ripping.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty happy.
Yeah,
Definitely
I
my
apologize.
mood.
I was on mute. I didn't like when I went on the screen. It still said 30
Yes.
seconds,
Yeah.
so I apologize.
We
But
got the green light.
what's up, guys? What's up, Mike? What's up, Panda? What's up, everybody? Yeah. So if you guys are, I haven't posted the link yet. So you guys are finding us from Twitter. If this is your first time here, we do these streams twice a week, Tuesdays at 10 a.m. I'm sorry, 1 p.m. and then 10 a.m. on Fridays today. Let's get that. Let's get that right. No, but we talk about everything that's going on in Web3 in crypto that week. You know, NFTs, crypto, memes, AI. We've been doing these shows for about 6 months now. It's been super exciting. We've seen crypto go from, completely dead at like whatever Bitcoin is at 60, 70K in this summer to, not only crypto, but NFT memes, everything exploding. I think we're about to go into maybe the most explosive year in crypto's history. So if you're new to these streams, definitely follow everybody on the panel. And usually, the way we start out this show is we start with what we like to call the Rotes Review with my boy Rotes here, who goes over kind of everything that went on in crypto the last few days. So, Rotes, you want to take over?
Yeah, I mean, we were dead last week, right? Like the markets were done. We're going for 80K. The top was in. It was all over. Um, when the sentiment shifts like that, that's when you know it's go mode to accumulate again. But Bitcoin is looking for all time high. I think we suspect that all time high is imminent right around this inauguration. It's back around 105,000 here at the time of writing, and just below at the moment. Bullish Trump day one crypto actions are expected. A lot of positive energy around there. This could be a rally with that expectation, or this could be a rally with that knowing. But either way, really strong momentum here, probably through the weekend into inauguration. Everything's looking good there. AI market cap is at 17.6 billion. This is right around near the all-time high. We're down 2% on the 24 hours. Mine share is at 42%. So the mine share is slowly drifting downward on here, but overall AI market cap is looking good. We're seeing the true memes being stronger here in the last 24 hours. And then abstract intros, XP rewards, abstract, Pengu, abstract chain in general. A lot of, they haven't delivered anything yet, and then so with that, you delivering is always the risk in crypto. But the sentiment and everything around abstract looks really strong, and a lot of interesting elements coming through to it. But XP rewards for abstract, you must use their wallet. So it's another wallet play in there. But that was announced. And then Cato owning the timeline. Yap this, yap that. Makes me really annoyed and sickening. But at the same time, I guess it's a thing, mostly for influencers, but I guess smaller accounts could get in there as well. It'll drive up a lot of content.
What's the last for?
I don't know, but I'm tired of seeing yaps. Yeah, to me, yap is like something. A yapper is someone that you just want to shut up, right? So, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just annoyed at the name of it, but I would imagine it's going to go on for some time. I don't know when their token launches. That's where it's going to change, and then their NFTs as well are performing really well. Up to almost 80th, but they're in this 780s range, have been for a while. But overall, a lot of Kaido momentum on the timeline, etc.
Right on.
NFTs.
And we just so real quickly to interrupt, we do see you guys in the chat. For everybody just hopped in, what's up? We are doing a little bit of a review here, and then we will hop into memes and everything else. 174 people on. Before I let Rotes continue, I'll say what's up to my boy Yoni as well. What's up, brother?
What's good, boys? How are we?
Good. And for Loco, what's up, bro? Didn't see you there.
Boy, look, I think his mic is off.
Oh, okay. Bet. Well,
is Rhodes off? I can't hear him.
He
Oh, you
was
can hear
talking the
me.
whole
Stopped
time,
in the
bro.
middle to welcome you guys.
But yeah, sorry for me rudely interrupting, Roach. You can go ahead and continue, brother.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we covered the headlines. Now we're into NFTs. It was an appropriate breakpoint. NFT volume still running really good, strong overall on the ETH side of things. 21 million ordinals, still ahead of Solana at 2.4 million and Solana at 2 million. But good steady volume, excellent to see. Top movers, wealthy hypio babies. This is a newer one that I have seen, but I mean, this is a fairly new project, but it is, in the same lines of Emilio's, etc. on base. They're up 66%. Kind of interesting. I mean, they made the list just because they're on base. I mean, they're seeing good volume, but really along the same vein. I don't know if they have a base token associated or not, but they're the biggest kind of gainer volume wise and floor price wise. Then Node Monks up 7.5%, still pretty low in terms of their overall price range of where they've been in the past. I'd suspect that we see a bit of a ordinal resurgence here soon after Bitcoin rallies and reaches all-time high. So I would look for that. For the most part, quantum cats are the ones that are leading the way, but puppets and node monks, I'd be interested in those ones. With Bitcoin rallying, they typically rally along with crypto, and they've been quiet here for a little while. So interesting watch. And then Girosen, token launch expected. They're up now about 12% since we kind of first brought them up. Still kind of moving here. Once they break 1 ETH, they probably get a much easier move. Still probably some value there. Again, the token expectations don't have to be that high for these to be a value at the moment. So pretty interesting there. And of course, we like the art, which is always fun. And then on the meme coin side of things, like I said, you're seeing the prime memes leading the way here over the last 24 hours. A lot of our favorites are up there, but SPX up 43% to 1.36 billion. Big surge there. Unicorn Fart Dust up to 300 million. Single operator is the risk there, but Ron is committed, and the meme works in general, so it's pretty good. Lock in up 30% to 44 million. One of those lower market cap plays that is looking good. I mean, there is ever a time to lock in. It's right now. So makes a good sense. Fartcoin, what a strong rebound from the 700 mil range that it was at, back up to really all-time high 1.5 billion. One of my favorites, but looking strong. And FWOG, I had to bump it up one spot on the list to put it up in there, but it's up 22.5% to 238 million. Excellent to see. Again, 500 million, I think, is a really good tipping point for FWOG. That's where I want to see it. But good to see that rally rebound here. And then where it gets really interesting is the prediction markets. So I had 105K and 80K initially last week. I switched it to 110K. The 110K is up 22% from where the 105K was, and it's priced in at 63%. So the 105 got smoked already, or is at the 100% mark already. And then 80K is down from 17% probability gain where we were last week, where things were a little uncertain, to down to only 4% probability within January at the moment. So really good positive sentiment right now, and would probably expect it. I don't know. Bitcoin in these chop ranges can sometimes do opposite of expectations, but we'll be curious for the analysis from there. But that's the news and updates.
Hell yeah! Thank you so much, Rhodes. It's amazing. It's always a great start to the show. Before we move on to the
Wait, Rhodes, that's crazy amount of leverage if you're looking at that Bitcoin price prediction. That's like up what, like 50% on that 100K bet?
105K bet, yeah. I mean, they're these monthly price predictions, especially when you're in this kind of chop zone. Like, you're right, you can get a 100% rally, really, right? If it was up 22%, so it's sitting at 40%. Yeah, sorry, it was 50% there, right? But like
50%,
the
yeah.
110K is probably up closer to 100%.
Yeah. All right.
Now 110K might have felt like more of a reach, but the 105K didn't seem too wild. And to get that 50% rally, yeah, you're right. There's a bit of a leverage you can sell it beforehand, right? Like you can exit that position at any point in time and trade that position. So I really like the prediction markets for prices within a time frame like a month range, kind of similar to the NFL playoff bets, where you could ride the team and get in and out of that position based on kind of performance and trending. This is the same idea, and I think it's a really interesting, fun way to play the market.
Cool. So yeah, we'll definitely look at the prediction stuff as there's more bets on there as well. But that's definitely an interesting perspective. If you guys do want to see more poly market or prediction market stuff, definitely leave it in the comments. But I do want to move on to the majors. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and look at the chat. What's up, Mike? What's up, Roja? What's up, Nikki? What's up, Ahmad? Panda asks, I have a feeling Trump will mention peanut in his inauguration speech. What do you think? I don't know. I kind of I don't know why he would at this point.
Why the
But,
fuck
Probably
would
a
he
poly
mention
market
peanut?
on that for sure.
but who knows? Maybe he just does like a review of everything that's happened over the last few months, and he mentions peanut. I'm not sure.
What? You think the president is going to mention peanut? Why?
I don't know. Maybe he reviews the stuff that's happened over the last few months.
Maybe he's going to talk about
Pirate of the Star says,
eating
Yo,
peanuts.
Bren. Solana says, Yo, Bren. What's up, K Chandras? What's up, Jinxie? Thoughts on KDA? We'll go ahead and we're going to go over the majors here in a second. So you guys know how this show is going to be structured. We're going to go over the majors, the stuff on TradingView, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about memes, AI stuff, and then NFTs. Throughout the show, this is an interactive show. So if you guys have any comments, questions, anything you want us to see, chart requests, if we have time, we'll definitely hit that. And we'll be looking at the chat. What's up, Jakey? What's up, Nicotine Enjoyer? What's up, Garrison? It's BK. So what's up, Bren Trades, Bren Squad? What's up? All right. D-Rup says definitely more poly market. For sure. We'll make a small segment, maybe 5 minutes of the show at least to review that. I think the problem with poly market and Rotes and Danksy, whoever looks agrees, there's just not many bets on there. I would think after the election there would be more, but
No, there's a lot. It's just I don't know.
There doesn't have
value.
to be that many, especially when you look at something like just price prediction. Like you want to look for the high volume ones and just look for the obvious ones.
Yeah, no, I think if they want to get more people involved, they definitely need to have more volume. I would think. I don't know what that takes, or it's probably easier said than done. But I think with what they have there and now, it's not going to bring in that many people. I'm sure they have plans for it. Either way, can we cover AICMP? Yes, we'll go over that as well. What we're going to do now, though, is go over the majors on TradingView. I'll go ahead and share my screen here.
Damn.
We're also streaming on TikTok and YouTube, so if you have any comments, post them and we're gonna check them out.
Yes, TikTok. What is it at Bridge3Labs?
Yeah, at Bridge3Labs on TikTok, and then on YouTube it's also Bridge3Labs.
Okay, awesome. And then we're on TikTok. What is that? Just TikTok and Twitter right now? YouTube.
And
YouTube at Bridge3Labs as well.
We're everywhere.
Wherever.
Awesome. Yeah,
Probably on your television too. I mean,
and-
channel 4.
Channel 3. Bridge
Channel
3.
3.
but-
Yes.
Yeah, definitely go ahead and
More
comment,
stuff.
retweet the stream so we can get this more out to more people. But am I sharing my screen yet?
Yeah, you're good.
You are.
Perfect. So the majors throughout this whole stream and throughout this whole year, I've been telling you whenever we've been doing this segment that this is obvious corrective behavior on Sol on both the charts and then as well just fundamentally with all the potential positive catalysts that are now coming to fruition with Trump not only fulfilling a lot of his promises, but kind of like over delivering so far with starting all these different crypto positions, kind of signaling to the media and everything that he's really going to take crypto serious and like make it a priority. He's already elected at this point. I don't know what else, what else he'd be signaling towards if he was not going to actually do these things. Obviously, we have to see what happens, but either way, obvious corrective behavior, throughout this last few months when everybody got super bearish and a lot of uncertainty. I've been pretty adamant, again, corrective behavior, and that in the next few months we would move higher. Kind of the last little piece of this corrective channel, I like to call them. Again, I say this all the time on the stream. The biggest giveaway that this was a correction, and really that anything is a correction on the chart, again, a correction is a pullback or a cool-off period, is the lack of consolidation. meaning it just literally on a dime the next day came down. That's usually the first sign that something's a correction versus a major top really quickly, like on a Bitcoin or ETH on the higher time frames, like the big bear market tops. You'll have multiple weeks or months of consolidation. So you get that, these multiple bounces, choppy behavior, just super obvious corrective behavior, and then this it kind of consolidated, formed this double bottom for that kind of last piece of confirmation. And now for me, the last confirmation chart wise would be, it always is, a close above the prior bounce high in the correction, which we're right on there now. Besides that, it's pretty much a done deal unless we consolidate here and come down, which is always possible. I would say there's about 80-90% chance that the bottom's in and that we're going to continue to rip up here to all-time highs. And again, I think the Trump kind of Trump pump here. I made a post on Facebook yesterday, or Facebook. What the fuck am I saying? Twitter yesterday. This tweet here, that don't overthink it. I think the Trump pump will take us straight to 150K. And by straight, obviously there'll be little pullbacks along the way. But I do think once Bitcoin especially explodes above this all-time high, which we're a few percent off right now, I don't think it's going to stop. Very, very unlikely unless some kind of weird, black swan comes out of nowhere and forms a double top here. Very likely 80-90% chance probably here that we do continue to new all-time highs. And to me, I think, again, even just a few more of these announcements, he frees Ross, all these things could really take Bitcoin pretty quickly to 150. For me, I think out of the majors, kind of the what's going to outperform, which is kind of an unpopular opinion, is I do think ETH is going to be a huge year for ETH for a number of reasons. I do think we're going to get all this legislation, positive legislation, and clarity from the legislators, which will allow tokenization and RWA and crypto gaming and all these things to actually play out. With all these things on chain, NFTs, contracts, all these different things. And ETH is going to be the biggest benefactor of that. Again, because of ETH and its L2s, I think are going to capture most of that, RWA, all those NFTs in the future over the next few years. So, and for that reason, I do think ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin and very, very likely Sol over the next year. So that's kind of my biggest bet for ETH. Either way, ETH looks beautiful. I think on this next run, as Bitcoin hits 150K, we're going to see ETH smash all-time highs above 4,800. And like I said, very likely probably outperform the other two. Really quickly on that same note, ETH Bitcoin, I think is very likely putting in maybe, the Bitcoin reserve or something happens and it pushes a little lower. But I think ETH Bitcoin is coming close to at least putting in a temporary bottom. We'll keep an eye on that. And then one more thing before I go back to the chat, the S&P 500, for those of you that look, not SPX 6900, which is fucking exploding, but S&P 500 on these streams. I've been telling you, I think this corrective behavior that we're getting on the S&P 500 is mimicking essentially what we've gotten on these last 4 corrections since April of 24, and that this would, in the next few weeks lead to all-time highs, and we're creeping up right there now. So I think risk assets, including crypto, stocks, everything will continue up into this next year, barring we don't get some type of major, recession comes out of nowhere, or, something breaks. Something can always happen. But that stuff is rare. And, for the foreseeable future, unless something like that happens, I think crypto, stocks, risk assets as a whole have a very strong year this year. So, obviously we want to pull up the obvious ones, right, guys, like SUI.
Did you go over Sol yet?
Yes, I think I did look at Sol. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I pulled.
I think you went Sol first. I think.
Yeah. Same thing with literally the same setup as all three of them. Literally have the same setup, except ETH is kind of lagging a little bit. But same thing for Sol for me. The final chart confirmation, again, is a daily close above the bounce high, which is right here. So technically, that hasn't happened yet. But I would say every other sign's there, and I think we continue to push higher. And probably into the weekend, like someone said earlier. Usually the weekends are pretty dead in the bear market, but I think we're going to start seeing some pretty powerful weekends here. Let me see. Isn't TikTok getting banned in the US soon? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, I think it is for now, right? It's supposed to
Unless
be
Trump
banned.
comes in with like an executive order day one.
Yeah, I think it's this Sunday.
Yeah.
Would like to know if Trust is dead. We'll look at Trust. Any AI coins to track and watch for this year? Yes, we'll go over some AI coins. Blessed says, "Yo, Bren, what's up, Blessed?" Sajad says, "Yo, Bren, what's up, Sajad? What's the deal with XRP and Sol ETF?" Yes, XRP we have to go over. So yeah, the XRP. I believe somebody last month or in November applied for the XRP ETF, right? I don't know. Do you guys know?
Yeah.
I think
Right.
so.
And then so I think someone applied. I don't know if there's been more, but I think that's wasn't. I don't know if there's news the last few days about the XRP ETF, but I'd expect there probably will be one. I don't know if Sol or XRP will get one first, but those are probably the next two up. What's happening to AR coins? Are people waiting for spot listing or what? I think it's AI. We'll go over that. I want to hear what Yoni has to say and everybody else, but for me, I think it's kind of just more, buy the perp listing and stuff, or the perps
Yeah, I
listing.
want to talk. I want to
Play
talk
into
about
it.
that.
It plays
I want to
into it,
talk
but I
about
do
that.
think, yeah, we will. It plays into it, but I do think right now it's mostly just a kind of an attention shift from the AI a little bit, because the all of them are becoming infrastructure, and there's not really too much they've shipped after that since then. So I think it's more so an attention shift, to be honest. But I do think the key players do continue higher. Kronos back to all time highs. We'll look at Kronos. Lawrence says, "What's up, Bren? What's up, Lawrence?" Okay. So let's go ahead and anything else.
You
Oh,
guys see? Sorry to interrupt you guys. You
you're
guys
good.
see that Phantom raised 150 million and 3 billion BAL? That's pretty
No,
crazy.
I didn't
Wow,
see that.
amazing.
So if they're ever gonna do an airdrop, it should be this year.
Do you
For
think that
sure.
means more likely they're going to do an airdrop since they got funding? I would think that maybe that might point to like them not going towards tokenization. I don't.
I mean, yeah, there's probably two roads, right? Like you always want to incentivize your users, since I mean, I think they reached out all-time high users last year.
Yeah,
So now that they have the cash, I mean, there's a lot of things that they can do. But I would imagine that, I mean, they've always teased about it. Not sure if they were comfortable about doing an airdrop because of U.S. regulations, but I think they would definitely do it this year if I
for
had to
sure.
bet.
Has any wallets? I know MetaMask has never done it. Have any other wallets, like big wallets, done an airdrop like that? Token airdrop?
I don't think
That's a
so.
good question. Yeah, go ahead.
And I know.
No, I
Yoni,
just
what
said
you
I
saying?
don't think so.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were saying for MetaMask back in the day, it would be really hard for them to be able to track transactions, because the transactions aren't tied to a wallet. It's tied to an address, which would be tough for them to really do all that. I don't know if that's the reason why wallets don't do it, but yeah, it'd be interesting. I think it would be smart for them to do. I think, a lot of these apps will have tokens, but we want to look at Doge ripping out of the correction. Same kind of thing. We've been telling you, very corrective on the chart. I think Doge is on this next run going to rip probably to $1 again, if not right here very soon. It's just so bullish to me that we're at 43 cents, like 50% off the all-time high last year from 2021 or whatever, 2022, where we're only at 2x or 50% away from there, with nobody really talking about it, without Elon really directly talking about Doge, obviously the agency and all that. And then the agency is about to have podcasts and all these potential, like with Doge being in the mind share of the public. I do think, this is super bullish. And the higher that Doge goes, the better for meme coins in general. With all these people back from 2021 now up, I think that, wealth effects is going to spread to other coins on Coinbase, like Giga and Mog, and, just other memes in general. So very bullish. Everybody who has Doge here, definitely would not be selling it. I have a long from all the way down here that I'm, slowly taking profits on the way up here, but I do think Doge is going to go over $1 here, and very well could smash, multiple dollars, maybe 150. Who knows?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm super bullish on Doge, and I think it's a great indicator of if we're going up or down in the overall
Market.
market.
Yeah.
It's a healthy indicator. But the other one is XRP, guys. I don't know if you guys have already covered it, but Jesus, that's
yep,
Oh my
beautiful,
is
God.
pretty crazy. Yeah,
beautiful, yeah. And did you guys see the thing with Trump yesterday? The quote where he met with he met with Brad Garlinghouse, like whatever,
yeah.
and the quote where he like met with him to like rip on him for supporting Kamala or whatever. But he did say like,
Yeah.
you're gonna make a lot of money from me, so I think XRP will be good either way. But I just thought that
You
was
know how many? You know how many normie friends I have that are so pissed at me because I've been just like, listen, XRP is gonna go, but how high can it go compared to these? And they just keep watching it go.
Yeah, I feel you. But then when SPX rips like 10x in the next 6 months, like or
Yeah.
whatever, or any of these other coins, it's just
This is
about
kind of this is kind of a transition topic. So you guys can stop it if it's too
yeah.
soon. But I do want to talk about like these listings, right? Because both, not just for memes,
Yeah,
whether it's a
let's hold that to
yeah.
the meme part because I don't want to
Okay.
I want to do this, but yes, definitely keep
All
that
right.
on the
Cool.
top of your head. We're about to move on to memes in a second, so
All right.
Hey,
Cool.
Brent, you think the Doge and XRP pumps are on the speculation of ETFs? Because I know that Wintermute came out saying that Doge ETF might come in 2025, but obviously everyone's speculating around it. Also, the
yeah, I
XRP
think
one.
Doge is a little different. XRP for sure. Like I think a lot of it is like the whole ETF talk. A lot of it is normies starting to slowly come in. Doge is a little bit different, I think, because of the whole Doge agency thing too. Both of them, the reason why they're going up so high against the rest of the market is I think they have diamond-handed holders like crazy, like no other cult-like behavior type of thing, where these guys aren't selling at 360, even though they've been holding for 8 years, up like 20x.
Mhm.
I think that's one of the reasons why these things are pumping like crazy. But yeah, I think with Doge and XRP, it's a number of things. The ETFs definitely help. But I think it's overall a sign that a lot of these people that were here in 2021, 2022 are starting to, come back into the market. So
Yeah,
definitely
I think
bullish.
that there's
XRP crazy cult
yeah.
followers for
Yeah,
sure.
XRP is the top crypto gold of all time. I think we can
They
all.
think that this thing is going to 100 trillion in 2 weeks.
They think
Yeah.
XRP
Trillion or
is a
billion?
single token
No,
is
No,
it's
going
already
to like
trillion,
180. But
$100.
trillion.
Please elaborate on XRP. What do you expect? I expect XRP to continue to rip very likely. I never, I don't care what it is. Like I never suggest people chase something that's up 6x in the last couple months. Not even that, just that's up however much. Just anything that's up straight up in the air. With that being said, if you're holding it, I think it's probably going to go a lot higher. It is a high market cap already, so it's going to take a lot more money just for it to 2 or 3x. But I'd expect it to keep going over this next year. Yeah.
it's one of the only cryptos that you see on like major exchanges though. Like when you look at what normies look at, right? Is Doge, XRP, right?
Yep.
Cardano, all of those, regardless of how much we know about them, and some of them are useless
Yeah,
protocols or
they're the ones that
whatever,
are on the
doesn't
coin
matter.
market cap list. And that's why even some of these memes that we're talking about going over a billion is really strong because it goes up higher on the list. And that's why I'm saying like the coin, which ties in what Yoni's saying. I think I want to transition straight to that, and I want to hear what Yoni had to say about the Binance listings. But to kind of touch on that, like the Coinbase listing, we talk about this. Everybody, I think, puts too much emphasis on the actual announcement, which obviously the Binance announcements launch coins up. But what really matters is these Coinbase listings. The fact that they're like there's 10 or 11 memes or whatever on Coinbase, with millions of people going to be trading crypto this year, how powerful that is, and how much of an advantage that is for coins like Giga and Mog, for example, which are still not like top 10 coins by any means, but the fact that they're one of 11 coins on Coinbase, I think is very, a huge advantage. As far as really quickly, I want to transition to memes, but is there anything else, Sui, we should probably look at? I think Sui, we talk about this every week. It's like in a nice little choppy correction here. Maybe it makes another low, but I think this continues to chop higher. Usually, what does well in the first few years of a cycle continues to do well. I do think something like AVAX or Polkadot, isn't a way better entry right now. But with that being said, I would imagine Sui continues to rip higher.
Yeah, most definitely. I was thinking like if you look at the charts today, it's pretty much a majors pump followed by what you mentioned, the cult memes, right? But AI agents are getting destroyed, and I'm sure we'll get into it later. But it's a telling market, right? Like certain cults, whether you call it called XRP or you call it XPX 6900, those are up significantly. Whereas the newer, the cool kids of the AI agents are actually retracing here. So
Yeah,
interesting.
no, for sure. It's a lot of it. I think is again attention shifts from one to another. I think a lot of with the AI stuff now that again all these, which we'll go into it. I think they're all kind of coming out with infrastructure. It's kind of like what's next for these AI coins. They're going to figure it out, whether it be like a physical body or whatever. But now that they're all infrastructure, I think there's kind of just been not as many catalysts over the last few weeks. So we see attention kind of start to shift, and that happens. But we'll talk about it. Anything else from the chat or any of the?
Nova Nibbler wants to go over Litecoin.
Gotcha. Let's do it. Is
It's
Nova
a
in the?
good like.
Is Nova in the
No, he's
Yeah,
in
it's in the
the
chat.
Twitter. I'm just
Twitter
gonna
chat?
read it out
Sorry,
for
I'm
you.
not
Yeah.
even looking right now. All right, bet. So Litecoin was in a nice correction here when everything else is correcting, about to make all-time highs. I feel the same way about Litecoin as I do with Bitcoin and ETH. I do think Litecoin very likely continues higher, which is insane to see because in the last bull market, uh, Litecoin only went up 2 or 3x. We already broke that.
I
There's a
think the
good
chart
possibility.
is Litecoin's a very old coin. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Litecoin's an OG. It was even, believe it or not, I think someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost 100% certain Litecoin's older than ETH. It was
Yes, that's
Bitcoin,
it is.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
the wrong
Mhm.
chart. That's why, because it goes back to 2021.
No, yeah, for sure. This is just like it was really, is 274 the all time high though or no?
No, it's like 420
Oh shit,
ish.
my bad. Let's
Do the
see.
Binance perpetual futures one. Yeah, no.
Cool. So yeah, I think Litecoin very likely makes all time highs here, which overall is just a great sign for the overall altcoin market and just a lot of these coins. Litecoin, I don't know what the future of Litecoin is. It's crazy to see a lot of these apps still included as like their top coins and stuff, but I think it at the very least has a nostalgic pump here over the next few months.
I
And
heard
then
somewhere that Litecoin kind of signals the top.
in the past it did, right? Because like I was about to say, I think that in the last bull market, it like kind of went up 100. Went up at the end and then kind of came down. But I think we're just in a lot different, situation than any other bull market. But
Oh, I know why it's up today, guys. I was reading some notes. I don't know if Rhodes discussed this, but I think it's because the what is it called? There was some talks about the Nasdaq filing the enlist and trade the Canary Litecoin ETF. Have you guys heard about that?
no,
So
it's
that might be the reason why it's bumping too. But
Litecoin
it's one of
ETF.
those dino coins too. Canary Litecoin ETF. That's what it's
Interesting. A
called.
Litecoin ETF
Yeah.
would be interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So, but it's one of the dino cones that always pumps every 4 years, and that's one of the reasons why I always tell people that, regardless of how much tech is going on AI agents, etc., crypto is still like 100%. Well, 100% no, but mostly led by speculation, right? That's why these things are pumping, even though
Yeah,
they had no value.
it's
So,
just exactly. It's just memetics and like communities and all this different stuff, and less about tech in general and crypto. At least yet, right? Who knows? Like that could change as time goes on. But Cardano, someone asked for Cardano is literally the same thing as Doge and XRP. I do think Cardano rips higher here and very likely rips the all-time highs again as well. Again, it's just a reflection of normies coming back into the market, I think, and which is exactly what we want to be seeing. Cardano, yes, great alpha as usual. And then I want to look at KDA because somebody said that at the beginning of the show, and I don't want to miss that. KDA is another one that hasn't broken above its 2024. Is still in kind of this consolidation. I think I haven't really been keeping up with any of the developments or anything behind KDA, but I do think based on this consolidation, if it is able to rip above $2, is going to go higher. So I don't have a strong opinion on like a lot of conviction because I don't know a lot about KDA, but chart wise, I'd say if it can break above 200, which it probably will, it'll probably be off to the races. So great alpha as usual. Shout out to you. Love to D8. Shout out to you. 804 viewers. Let's go ahead and do a quick plug real quick. I want to let these guys plug what they got going on at Bridge3Labs, but really quickly, like I said, we do this show twice a week, guys. Friday, like today, at 10 a.m. PST, and then Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST. Again, we talk about everything that's going on in crypto this week, of that week, and what we see going on in the future. If you have any suggestions for the show, we want to make this more interactive and more entertainment value and all that. We will have face cams and all that soon. But feel free to DM us or leave any suggestions in the comments as well. For those of you guys who don't know, my name is Bren. I just recently got my Twitter back a few days ago. So super stoked about that. Go ahead and shoot me a follow. I will be active on here Lost my Twitter like 7 months ago, so it feels good to be back. But definitely give everybody else a follow on the panel as well. I spend a lot of my time in the Bossman Calls Telegram, which I own / run with my my partner Bossman, business partner Bossman, and we've been working together for like 13 months now. I do a bunch of streams, giveaways, all my posts in there. So definitely check that out if you're not already in there. And then before I pass it off, you definitely follow Bridge3Labs. I want them to do have their own plug as well. But then my boy Yoni here as well. One of my best friends here. He's been a great addition to the stream. Super talented musician as well. And then has a lot of cool things coming as far as content goes as well. So definitely shoot him a follow. And I'm super stoked to hear from him as well about AI stuff this week. Bridge3Labs, for Loco, whoever you guys want to.
Yeah, I can hop here, Bren. Appreciate you guys. Bridge3Labs started late 2020, early 2021 with for Loco and myself, and then we have Rhodes as an analyst doing mostly NFTs and data. We're a group of investors, entrepreneurs building crypto and AI for the last 4 years now. We came from a finance, private equity background, and later switched into Web3 because we believe that Web3 is the future. And then now with the AI agents, I think this is kind of the best intersection of Web3 and AI that applies both of their capacities, right? So right now we're building some things in the intersection of AI and crypto, looking for some good devs. Please apply at our website, bridge3labs.io. If you want to join us, we post daily alpha calls and just talk about the markets, talk about macro, talk about how to put our money in the best working possible situation. And we're mostly on Discord, but we have a Telegram as well. So appreciate you guys. Bren, take it away with the meme coins.
Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely follow these guys. I love these guys. It's been an honor to do the show with them. Become very good friends of mine. Bridge3Labs, their Discord, been in there for several months. A lot of cool people, smart people, and like all over, all different kinds of finance and all different kinds of places. So definitely check out what they're doing. Definitely, let's go ahead and switch over to meme coins really quickly. I know that's where most people are here. I am King Opa says, what do you think about Alice on Sui and Trust? We'll go over both of those. I'll make sure to go over the chat and look at the memes that you guys already requested. Feel free to leave anything else under there as well. But to just kind of conclude what I was saying about the majors, I think we're going to continue to rip higher. Bitcoin's literally right at the all-time high here, unless something drastic, something comes out of nowhere. I think we're going to continue to rip higher, and hopefully, Trump continues to make some crypto announcements because like anything, that's what pumps these prices up. So I expect price wise and everything else, we will continue higher, into the rest of the month. So
Yeah. So I want to ask about the Chainlink as well, because when Chainlink moves, normally is institutional capital being involved. So what do you think? Yeah.
Absolutely. Beautiful correction on Chainlink here after coming out of this. What'd you say, Yoni?
I said it looks like a beautiful correction right now.
Yes, sir. This one right here from December, but then especially this one from March, it's already come out of. For Loco kind of said it perfectly. I do think this could be, a lot of institutional capital as well. Chainlink, people throw around the term utility all the time. Chainlink is one of the few actual utility coins in crypto in general, meaning that the token itself has utility in the application or the oracles. And everybody uses the technology of Chainlink. It kind of lagged behind the last bull market, but I think Chainlink not only goes way higher, but sustains a move up because the technology is so influential or so used so widely. So definitely, Chainlink I think is going to go way higher. I would not be selling. And, if you're looking for something that's higher cap, that's not going to 10, 20, 30x, but like, you're looking for a good 5x this year with like 0% rug risk. You don't like to check charts and all that. Chainlink's definitely a good candidate for that. So
Sure.
I thought sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I said for sure. Yeah.
One more question before we move on. I said I thought these lives were going to be held. Yeah, I do. We do lives on the Bossman channel as well, but these lives we do with everybody here on Tuesday and Friday. But let's go ahead and move on to the memes. Let's just go ahead and go to SPX first. Again, just one of our favorites here. Since 400 400 mil. I showed you that clip last week where, there's so much FUD this last few months. Everybody, like the Colt coins are dead, even though they 100x in a month or whatever, and then barely pulled back 50%. But went crazy the last few months. We're up 3 or 4x from the bottom here. I've been very adamant about this. I think not only these quote unquote cult memes, these tokenized, strong tokenized communities are not only SPX Giga are going to rip to 2 billion, but I think they're going to pull away from everything else and really rip to 2, 3, 5 billion. Or I'm sorry, 3, 5, 10 billion eventually. Again, for the same reasons we talked about with XRP, that these people are diamond-handed holders and they're not selling at 2, 3, 5 billion. Whereas something like AIXBT goes there. There's not as much as a message there. There's not as much time in the game. I think a lot more people are taking profit at that point. So yeah, that like I said, I think the reason why not only these SPX Giga, whatever, rip in the short term, but to continue to go higher, those higher market caps again is because of those cult-like dynamics, supply distribution, all those great things. So I expect XPX to continue to rip higher. Congrats to everyone who bought down here. Any comments on SPX before I any there? I thought someone was going to say something.
No, I mean you had it in the chart, the correction channel. I mean it's your bread and butter corrective consolidation, and then we just rip higher. Up what, like
Yes, sir.
45% today?
Yes, sir. Well said. Yeah, that's 50% almost. Beautiful. I think this is going to continue to rip higher. I'll go over a few of these other ones. Again, I think Giga, SPX, ticker Bitcoin, all of those are not only going to continue to outperform in the short term, but really pull away from everything else. I'm still super bullish on the AI leaders. The AIXBT, the Zero Bros, which we've been going over this on these streams a lot too. But I do think again, it's just time for these cult memes and they just have the supply distribution, all that to really sustain those 10+ billion market caps. Lock in another one. I think it's going to clear 60 million here. Beautiful corrective channel. I think it rips above 125, and then isn't going to rip to the billions like the other ones right away because it is lower. But I expect it to rip to like 250 and beyond pretty quickly as well. And then Giga, it's going to be much of the same for these few coins I list. Because they have a lot of those same dynamics. Giga's already ripping out of this beautiful corrective channel as well. I expect Giga, much of the same as SPX, to not only rip to 1-2 billion, but to go pretty quickly to 5+.
Take a look at Popcat. Because we're at
Popcat
the
as well.
same. I think we're right at the same market cap as Giga, or right there. We're just fighting each other.
Yeah. It's crazy how a lot of these coins have been like literally staying right under a billion at the same time. But SPX, Popcat, beautiful corrective channel with again lack of consolidation, multiple bounces, third low here. Very likely this is probably it if everything else continues to rip. So Popcat, very bullish on it. I think it rips to 2, 3. I don't think it rips to 5 billion as fast as a lot of these other coins, the ones we just went over, but still very bullish on Popcat leading into this next year.
Pull up Fog.
Of course.
On the
And
topic
then before
of
after this, I want to go over the
Our
listing.
dear Fog. Hopefully we come back here.
Yeah.
Hopefully we come back, he says. No, I'm just playing. No, honestly, deep correction for FWOG. I would say because it ripped from September to November was kind of just super strong, almost a 20x, almost, or maybe a 10x over that month. It was due for a big correction anyway. Timed with the rest of the market, lack of consolidation, multiple bounces throughout this whole time. Grew and the artists and everybody building with them as content's gone up. So I do think this rips to all-time highs as well. Same kind of I put FWOG as of right now kind of in the same kind of basket as Popcat, which maybe doesn't rip to 10 billion, maybe it does, but I kind of put it in that tier where like the IP kind of art, whatever you want to call it, memes, which I think I put those in like the 2 to 3 billion basket over the next couple months. What do you guys, any thoughts
We got
on
some
FWOG?
comment ones. Look at Memdex 100.
Hell
Also,
yeah.
someone just asked if it's too late to get entries into Giga or Popcat. You're gonna say
Absolutely.
no, but if you had to pick one, he would say pick Giga.
Yeah, Giga.
I feel like Popcat and Lock In looks the best if you're just gonna talk about the ones that you
Trade the
just
chart.
pulled up. Yeah, if you just pulled up like the 4 you've just pulled up, and
Yeah.
maybe FWOG. I think those 3 kind of look like they haven't ran yet, and they're still in that. They're like breaking out of the channel right now.
Absolutely, I agree. I think lock in and Bitcoin and FWOG, I put in like the best entries. I think SPX and Giga again have those higher ceilings and might be like a quote unquote more safer bet, whatever. I think all these are going to rip. But yeah, I 100% agree. If you had to pick like one of these coins, I think you could be good with any of these, but maybe best entry again, lock in or Bitcoin or FWOG, just because like Danksy said, just they're just still in their corrections or just coming out of them. And
Hey, you
then
want to pull up Memdex 100?
yes, sir.
Someone asked about that.
Bro to Bro says, Bren, please drop a list of your convictions on Telegram. Yeah, I've made several posts on it. I'll go and repost it and make another one. But again, real quickly, just Giga. We didn't go over Mog. That's maybe the safest bet of them all out of all
Right
these.
now.
That also has, what were you saying, Yoni?
No, I was saying right now, yeah, I think it's still around like 700, maybe a little under.
Yeah, no, for sure. I wasn't even thinking about Mog, but if you're talking about the best entry, risk to reward above all these, I think Mog might be it actually. 739. I think this is going to go to a couple billion pretty quickly too. So Mog,
There was some thought yesterday about Farag selling or something, but I don't think that was right. Well, I think he did sell, but
yeah,
other
he
than that, do
sold,
you
but
guys hear that?
yeah, it's just on a public wallet. I mean, who cares? People can sell. I think he was in like 100x ago. Like he's free to sell.
Of course.
I think a lot of people. No, you have a good point though. I think a lot of people viewed it differently, but I mean, there's always going to be those sell
But you know
shamers.
how news travels so fast in CT, right? These coins are
Yeah.
heavily affected by by pretty much CT. Like if a few people that have some pool, a few 100,000 followers say something, it heavily affects these tokens, even though they're in the multiple hundreds of millions. So
For sure.
for
And I
sure.
think I'm pretty sure he sold right here too. So it's not like he sold the top. I think he's just taking some profits and he still holds a lot of it. I'm pretty sure. So
Hey, I'm happy because he just went ahead and buy my bags, AIXPT. So
nice.
Yeah. Wait, can we talk about let's talk about listings, the difference between spot and perps listings, the difference as we've seen between a Coinbase listing, which is AIXBT just got the shout that they're going to get one on perp, versus a Binance listing on perp, because there's been now a few trends, right? We've seen at least a few coins get listed on spot on Coinbase, a few listed on perps, and it just seems like as soon as something gets listed on Binance perps, it gets absolutely fucking nuked, either from people dumping their bags and then being able to take shorts on them. Zero Bro obviously was a big one. AI16Z took a big hit as well. ARC being the most recent one right now. But I guess I'm really curious to hear from all of you guys what you think about that, whether these are just in the short term, whether you think these things really have a big effect on it, why these things seem to happen more on Binance rather than on Coinbase. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to hear what Loco and everybody else to say as well.
You guys think ARC will bounce hard?
Oh, my
Sorry.
bad, Yoni. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, that was it.
What'd you say about ARC though? Sorry.
Just whether you guys thought it would bounce too.
I think so. Yeah, I have some thoughts on ARC, but I don't know
Yeah.
if you want to cover the perps or Binance
Yeah.
first.
No, I want to
whatever
hear what you
guys.
have to say
Yeah.
too, and anybody about the perp thing. But I do think the perp thing definitely valid. A lot of the time, especially in coins that are not necessarily like the strongest or the oldest, a lot of what happens is the team or a lot of people they know these perp listings are coming, so they start selling and then they short as well on the perp listing to kind of drive down price. It's like a double whammy. A lot of the times that happens on these like coins that are maybe more scammier, where the dev has a lot more of the coins, right? So I think what's happening with Zero Bro and a lot of these is, yes, the perp listings definitely sometimes drives down the price, but you have to put it into context where Zero Bro also had the entire market take a 60% hit within 2 days of that, and then they got their music pulled off of Spotify. So there, I do think the perp listings valid. It played into it, but I do think those other two things very likely.
And why does it different? I actually want to hear from everyone on this, but also, Bren, why is it different than between Binance and perps on
Well,
Coinbase?
Coinbase barely has perps, bro. Like they just started perps. I don't even know how. Like I barely even knew that they had it. I do think that's not having that much of an effect because I don't. You have to. I don't know. You have to have a lot more qualifications to trade perps on a Coinbase, right? Like
Yeah.
no retail people are doing that. Binance, there's a
If
lot
you look
more.
at the actual balance and volume of USDT across exchanges, Binance is number one by far. So
Yeah.
perps on Coinbase is more of a headline, but it's not really going to affect the price as much as
Exactly.
Binance.
That's a great point. And just to finish what I was going to say, I do think what more of it is just a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of times there people are like thinking exactly what you're saying, Yoni, so it plays out on the charts. But again, a lot of it I think has to do with other stuff that's happening at the same time where people attribute straight to the Binance listing. Same thing happened with that other one. What just got listed? AI16Z also has
Yeah.
happened with everything else dipping. I think it's more so an attention shift from AI where kind of like these catalysts, every one of them at the same time turn into infrastructure. And I think the market's kind of like asking what's next? What's going to be the next catalyst for these AI coins? And we've seen with the same thing with the memes, the other ones, like attention shifts temporarily. And I do think a lot of these AI coins run, which we'll go over. But sorry, not to veer off, Yoni. My answer to that would be, you got to take into context all of the other stuff. The perps listing matters, but long term, I don't think it'll to do much to Zero Bro. I still think Zero Bro and all these coins that are strong and aren't a rug are going to continue higher regardless
Because
of.
eventually once those shorts, there's going to be a bounce, right? And people start taking longs, and it goes the other way. It's not
Yeah,
just they're not
Right.
just shorting
again, what I'm trying to get at is people are getting too much credit to the actual perp listing and
the
not taking into
Binance.
account the stuff that really matters, which is the entire market collapsing the last few weeks. So it's valid, but it's not as much of a big deal as people make it, especially in the long term. Like it sometimes creates corrections, sometimes doesn't, but the good coins continue higher pretty shortly after.
I
Okay.
think it's before when like Binance wasn't listing a lot of coins, it made a lot of like it made news. But like you can always pay these exchanges to list your coin. Besides Coinbase, Coinbase is like one of the
But you
hardest
can't
places
pay
to.
them. Can you pay them to list on spot or just for perps, or how does that decision even come about? Because
I don't think
clearly,
it's really about money. You have to have money, but then as well as they're very, very selective of the coins. So it's not just
Yeah.
like anybody who has the money. It's just like everybody's applying for that one or two spots. There's like 10,000 coins, whatever. They kind of started that whole alpha thing, like Binance Alpha thing list,
yeah,
which I don't think that really means much because they come out with the new
It's
ones
like a
like
watch list.
yeah, for sure. And I'm sure they're gonna pick some from there, but yeah, we just went over 1,000 viewers. So if you guys
epic.
could please
Let's go.
share and retweet and comment on the stream. I am seeing your guys' comment. I did post it in the channel and said, say what's up in the chat. And I do think a lot of people are commenting on the actual post. So I do see that. Shout out to all you guys. Please retweet, like and share so we can get this stream out to more people. We appreciate you. But for Loco, do you have any thoughts on the listings, or you want to touch on
Yeah,
that?
and ARC.
Banksy, Rhodes, anybody. I want to hear from everybody if you have
Thoughts
something.
on the Binance listings?
Yeah,
The
just kind of what
listing
we're
and
talking about right there.
ARC, yeah.
Yeah, no, just short. I think the previous cycles, Binance listing used to be like a catalyst, right? That everyone was expecting to sell into. But I think this cycle has played out the opposite, right? Like Binance, when they list, actually tends to be a short-term top. And as you mentioned, when something has already gone up, 100 to 300 X's, and you have the ability to short it, in most cases, there's two scenarios, right? Like you're gonna see the price dump momentarily, where market manipulators or market makers are going to try to go, tap into liquidity, build positions for long term. And the other one is, there's so many coins, and the access to these coins with pumped up fund and other dexes has become so available that I believe that listing on Binance is not really a bullish catalyst anymore in the overall picture, right? Like if you think about like AIXBT, AI16C, all these tokens have gone to billions without listings, at least AI16C and virtuals. And so, do I think it's good that you have access to Binance? Definitely, in a bull market, you want to have access to where the highest
Liquidity,
liquidity is.
right?
But at the same time, I wouldn't just hope that just because you're listed on Binance, your token is going to pump immediately. In fact, we've seen the opposite with tokens like, Pengu and all these other tokens that, the first thing that happen when you list in a major tier one exchange is you actually dumps. So.
Well, how would you trade it? I guess for anyone holding a coin like me, I've been asking about ARC. We could pull up the chart if someone does, but
Yeah,
whether it's Zero Bro,
Arc.
ARC, if anyone, one of these viewers happens to be in a coin and they get word that a Binance perps listing is coming or whatever, and they believed in that coin before then, do you think they should just hold through it?
I'll
Would
take
you?
that. No, I don't think you should sell into these listings because again, it's
Right.
you think
That's what I'm
about it.
asking.
It's happening. It's happening right. First of all, it doesn't end up being a long term like catalyst where it usually tanks these things unless it's a rug, and literally the dev used that to rug all his coins and short it, which is not going to happen so much on Binance because Binance does do their due diligence. It's more so like a KuCoin listing or something where that happens, or like whatever, what a MEXC or whatever. So to answer your question, no, I think that's not smart. Just like you don't want to sell, into something that's dumping. You want to take your profits as it's going up. I think again, what's happening with ARK and AI16Z is more so just an attention shift away from these AI coins temporarily for however long, and less about
It's
these.
also the execution risk. I think both Arc and Pippin have taken a dip because of when they actually started to show up the repository of the GitHub, it wasn't as impressive as they thought, right? Because everyone has high expectations when they see all these, GitHubs, stars, and reviews, and then when it comes to the actual demo show, obviously expectations always are higher than actual, right? So I think both Arc
That's a
and
great point,
Pippin
and
are,
I do
yeah.
think what's happening is like it's obvious that the attention of the perception of these AI, whatever you want to call them, which aren't even really agents to be honest, but like chatbots, whatever. The expectations for them are very, very, far ahead, or the expectations are up there with the market cap, but there's a lot of, like you said, risk, in the lack of execution, and kind of. I think the biggest risk is not that it like rugs or whatever. It's just that people are kind of like, damn, I thought this was going to be there's going to be more going on, when reality I think they can do like the physical bodies and eventually video, but there's we're kind of just wondering what's next for these AI coins. Like, what are the big catalysts that's going to get people to buy, be the next buyer of them, and maybe that takes a
Yeah, I
couple.
mean, can you imagine just coding a few lines, taking some LLMs? I mean, some of them are definitely building something exciting, but most of this, are not really that exciting. And from day
Yeah,
1 to 13, you're at 300 million market cap. I mean, it's all risk from there.
yeah,
Like everything
exactly.
is risk from there.
Exactly. There's so much more risk because they have to like execute on the
So how would
expectations
you
that are
trade
already
it?
there. What's up?
So how would you trade it once it's above a couple 100 million market cap, similar to Griffin, similar to ARC, these
I think.
infrastructure players that have been head of narrative, that are now on corrections,
Well, the
right?
narrative, it's too ahead on the narrative in like the long term for sure. We all know that the bubble's likely going to pop, but even in the short term, I think it might take a few weeks for these things, just like the memes SPX Giga, to maybe like consolidate and figure it out for a few weeks, unless especially if it comes back down here. We haven't looked at AI16Z, but yeah, I do think these AI coins maybe just cool off for a few weeks.
Johnny, if you want my honest opinion, I'm a buyer of ARC at 200 million. I don't know if it gets there, at 200, 250 million. Definitely,
Right.
I don't really care about. I definitely think that's being manipulated right now because of the Binance futures, and I do think that team actually building. I think they're the only ones building on Rust, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
they are.
Uh, yeah, so I do think that that's a pretty cool platform, pretty unique. So if it keeps dipping maybe another 25, 30%, I'm definitely a buyer, at least for
Yeah.
ARC. So
Yeah, AI16Z first major correction again, second low here. Very well could make a few more, but yeah, I wouldn't be selling now. I just do think it might take a few weeks for these corrections to finish up. Um, so AI16Z about 50% down now. Maybe turns into 60, 70%. What I'd like to see is some consolidation for multiple days to like kind of confirm the bottom's in. Any thoughts on
Bren, you want to
AI16Z?
pull up Memdex? So
Yes, sorry, I forgot about that. And then AOS and BOW as well. Memdex.
I love AOS. Also, people keep talking about AICMP. I think it's gonna run too. It's been dipping, but I think it's gonna run.
You like AOS or AOs? Yoni,
AOS. Oh, I like
you said
AOS.
AOS.
No. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a different coin, I think. Memdex. I don't know too much of what is this like a index of the fucking memes. Wow,
I think so.
powerful
I
run.
think it's pretty new. I saw some people talk about it like a couple days ago as well. But
Powerful run. I really like how this coin, no
Yeah, nice
bundle
chart.
candle, no bundle candle, right? Just kind of had like a. You love these coins that barely go up and then just consolidate and chop for like days before they go up, or months sometimes, or weeks. You saw MLG literally, like 10K market cap for like a month or whatever, and then they just building or whatever it is. I don't know too much about this coin. I just assume whatever, and then all of a sudden takes off, and then goes through another 90% crash, whatever this is, 50%, 60%, consolidates and goes higher. Is super bullish. You want to see these coins go through these big runs, crash for a few weeks and then continue higher, that really shows there's something there. There's people like really like having diamond hands and holding past just a few weeks. This looks like this. What is this? 4 days old. It looks so much longer. But yeah, I think it came out of a nice correction. Super healthy price action. The fact that it went up and does nice little corrections every few days. But I think it does continue higher. Again, I don't know too much about this coin, but just from looking at the chart, I assume there is some type of community behind it pushing it. So chart wise looks good. Obviously take profits on the way up because, on something like this. But yeah, looks good. No signs of stopping yet. I want to look at Bow and AOS. Not Bows. Bow. What is the Chinese? I forgot.
Yeah, it's like the biggest meme in China or something.
Yeah. So yeah, do like how it's been consolidating since the 21st. Pretty gnarly correction, 80%. But I would say this is a pretty on the log chart, pretty nice corrective channel. It did have a bit of consolidation before coming down, but only a few days. I think it's very clearly broken above the corrective channel. Could come down one more time to retest this low at 4 million, but I'd expect with the rest of the market, because there is an actual community behind it, that it probably makes new all-time highs. So looks good. I would assume it continues higher with everything else. AI CMP. You already look at that? No. AI CMP, deep correction, but to me, this is very corrective. I do like how it didn't consolidate at the top. I assume AI CMP, I think, will go up with the rest of the AI coins, maybe over the next few weeks as they kind of figure out these corrections. Kind of my view, guys, is we got a taste in November of like normies starting to come back into the market, and I think Christmas and then Bitcoin pulling back kind of delayed that a bit. But I expect what we're going to get is, as Bitcoin makes new all-time highs, Trump's talking about crypto, a lot of these memes start ripping, we're going to get a lot of normies starting to come in again. So I think AI, gaming, memes are all going to have a period over the next few months that they run at the same time, due to so much money coming in. So with the AI stuff, if you believe in them, they're still building. You think it's not a LARP, I would add to these. These are the times you want to be adding. Just notice a lot of people, as these coins go down, are going to lose attention. They're going to shift to something else. But if you really do believe in these coins and you really like AI CMP, for example, don't let other people's attention, like, focus on this coin and buy it. That's what I did again with SPX and Giga when everybody else was flooding it, because I knew, other than price go down, that the thesis and everything behind it was there. If that's you with the AI coins, I definitely would not let the FUD or anything let you lose your attention on it. But DRNMON says, I'm sorry I joined late. What are your expectations of SUI and LoFi? We haven't gone over LoFi yet. SUI, it's going to continue higher this year. Usually the assets that are strong the first few years of the cycle continue. We already looked at BOW. Do you guys think Binance is about to list spot Caspa? I have no clue. I have no insight on that. They made in some cryptic posts about the trilemma. Possible. I missed the half of the stream. Can you look at Zero Bro? We haven't looked at Zero Bro yet. We'll definitely pull that up. That's probably a good idea.
You want to pull up lo-fi as well?
Yes, sir. My boy Rhodes, I want to hear from you, bro. Have you been trading anything meme stuff or AI or anything during this time? Or
Rhodes is a fart coin supporter.
I have been strictly deep within Fartcoin
Hell yeah.
and AI 16Z are kind of my two areas of focus. I like them both as just kind of leaders in their own little sectors. So those are the majority of my bags right now.
Right on. Yeah, I do think Zero Bro very likely just gonna. I do like the consolidation on here. I think it's finishing out and very likely bottoming out. Maybe we get another week or so. We've already been consolidating here for 4 days. Maybe like I said in this box, maybe a few more days, and then I do think it is going to recover and reclaim 300 mil and continue higher. What you got to understand about anything memes, anything, especially these AI coins, it's about the operator's ability to like make announcements and all that, and that's exactly what they've shown. Jeffy, the dev, is shown to do. So I expect more of that this year. So yeah, Zero Bro I do think continues higher after a little bit more consolidation. And then Oh, Goat,
Lo-fi.
Lo-Fi, and Goat. And then I
Yeah.
want to hear, Yoni, have you any newer AI stuff you're looking at right now? Hold on.
Yeah, we could talk about that after.
Just look at that right now while we're finishing this up. Maybe have a few
Mhm.
ready if you have any. Goat though, for me, I think it kind of took that interview or that podcast or the stream, Threadgrad stream with Raoul Paul, which whatever side you are on about AI, or if you're trading all AI coins or you're not trading any AI coins, I recommend going and check out at least as a little bit of that interview. Definitely super interesting stuff about everything. I'm not a super tech person, so I don't know a lot about these terms. So I learned a lot from from that stream. Either way, I think Goat, the whole lore behind it and how it was the first coin, how the AI itself asked for money, and how the dev behind Truth Terminal didn't care about the coin. Andy, he doesn't even have any of the coin. It's just like a really pure, like almost like a crypto punk type narrative that I think actually has a shot at lasting multiple cycles. And either way, this big correction that Goat is in, believe it or not, I think Fartcoin is like a Goat derivative. Like at first, like it doesn't seem like that right now, but it's like Goat was the first true like AI meme coin, and I do think that's going to lead to it ripping higher from here, and again, actually having a shot at sticking around long term. So I like where it's at right now. We have some consolidation for 4 or 5 days. I think it's going to rip pretty soon here. Maybe it takes a little bit for the other AI stuff to figure it out, but I expect Goat to outperform a lot of AI stuff on this next run. And then let me look at the chat. AOS. Did we look at AOS yet? No.
AOS and Lo-Fi.
AOS and Lo-Fi.
We've
And then
looked
we
at
did look at,
PopCap before, but we can also.
yeah, I'll pull up the Popcat chart real quick. I do think Popcat's bottomed out here. Really, the long story short. Um, so this is tough, man. Not a lot of chart data, right? So there's nothing I can really go off that I'm like, oh, super high conviction in. This very well could be a correction. Looks pretty choppy, but again, I don't really know too much else about it. But if you're super bullish on the coin for whatever they're building, or you think it's going to continue to gain mind share, this is the time you want to be buying it. So doesn't look terrible. Not a lot of consolidation, but I guess this is kind of a consolidation here. So be careful. I hope it does rip higher, but I don't really have a strong opinion. Do you guys know what this is, AOS?
No.
I think I saw someone call it, but I didn't do any much research. I just saw they called it.
Yeah. S real quickly. Oh yeah, S, and what did you say the other one was?
Lo-Fi.
Lo-Fi. We keep okay. So yeah, we'll knock out S and Lo-Fi really quickly as well.
I'm
Because
betting on
Three
I'm
coins.
betting
Both
on Lo-Fi
suited.
to rip.
yeah, I think Lo-Fi has proven again that they can come out with announcements and all that, and they still haven't come out with the T1 listing. So I kind of suspect that's next. Agent S, pretty major correction. If if Lo-Fi continues up, I expect a lot of these kind of smaller coins to continue rip as well. 50% correction. I expect this to continue higher over the next few months. And then
Lo-Fi.
Lo-Fi, yes, thank you. For Loco, have you entered any new AI trades this week besides Tri Sigma? You kind of just focus on that. I don't know. Maybe you can't hear me. Shit.
Let me dip for a sec.
Yeah, no worries. Fuck. All right. So Lo-Fi, super, pretty deep. Well, not even that bad. Barely a 50% correction. Super choppy. This is exactly what you want to see in the correction, like a higher time frame correction. No consolidation, multiple bounces, super choppy in nature. Tells me that the buy pressure is still there, even though sell pressure is still temporarily in control. And then the last piece is this consolidation for 2 weeks. I think it's one exchange listing away from ripping above 280 and probably straight to 500. That's kind of my target for January, February is a 500 million for Lo-Fi. Obviously, it could take a little longer, give or take, but that's kind of what I'm thinking for Lo-Fi over the next couple months. AOs. Were you looking for AOS or AOs? AOS probably because that looks newer, but AOs is
Like
another great.
AIOS or something.
Yeah, I already
No,
looked
it's
at that.
AOs.
Yeah, so Harambe, that's another one that I think is about to rip as well. Big ass corrective consolidation, but if you look at the MOG chart, I think that's an example of another pretty comparative as far as chart goes, to Harambe. Let's just go to Mog really quickly so I can show you what I'm talking about. Higher time frames, Mog, all the way down here, 900 mil, whatever, or 9 mil. I'm sorry. Consolidated for about 6 months and then ripped 40x. Harambe, I don't know if it rips 40x from here, but I think very likely is going to rip above this all-time high and rip to the multiple hundreds of millions. Again, the thesis is simple. Harambe, one of the most famous memes of all time, especially people from all ages, but especially the people who are trading crypto. People that are in the early 20s to like late or mid, early 30s. Love Harambe and know Harambe. I think a lot of time in the game. Consolidation here for almost a month. I think pretty much the stage is set. As you can see here in August and September, same thing happened last year before it ripped right along this same low. I think it's finally going to break 80 million here, and then sky's the limit for Harambe. Even though it's a $17 million market cap coin, it's still one of my bigger holdings, and I'm excited to see Harambe finally rip above 100 mil. Let's hit a few more of these. Sense and AOS. Oh, we already hit AOS. Sense. Centrifuge. Is this what you mean by Sense, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's an AI coin.
Centrifuge, I understand, is like an actual AI tech coin, right? Like it's
Yeah.
in the category
Yeah, it
too.
is.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, it's been in a big correction since November. What I will say is I'm kind of 50-50 in the short term because it has been consolidating here for 18 days. It is possible. Very likely, actually, it breaks below here and comes back down to maybe one more time. But overall, this does look corrective. And I think when the AI tech narrative takes over, which I do think happens in 2025 with coins like Pal AI and Carrot and some of the other ones we've been talking about, I do think is going to rip this year. In the very short term, very well could come down. But if Sense is a coin you believe in, I think now is kind of the time you want to accumulate and hold, and not so much, panic sell. Yo, Bren, Salami Crypto, what's up, brother? Thanks for talking about Harambe, of course, man. You got to. I appreciate you reminding me.
Damn, UFD fucking ripped.
UFD, that's another one. UFD, I really like. Again, does anybody in the show even hold it? UFD?
No,
I
but
faded it.
Damn,
I
we
faded
all
it
faded
too.
it.
Just a small amount.
Okay,
Dude,
damn.
you
Rotes is.
love the
Let's go.
farts, the bodily.
I love anything to do
Yeah.
with farting. It really makes me
It gets you-
happy.
It gets you
Love
going.
that.
It's the old man in me. I'm a big fan of farts.
Oh yeah. No, I think kind of UFD is kind of a one of a kind coin in the sense that it is a meme coin, but at the same time has an operator that like a cult kind of operator. It is kind of a cult in its way too, but it's a cult around a person who seems like a well-meaning person as well. Doxed all that, which is great. Has a reputation outside of all that he kind of has on the line, and all that. So that's a good thing. Rhodes mentioned earlier that does have some execution risk, but I think the way he's running it and being transparent and talking about how most meme coins, go to zero, all that stuff, like I think it is set up nicely to probably.
I think you
have
can trust Ron.
Yeah.
I think you can trust Ron as long as he doesn't croak. I mean, you're good to go. And I mean, maybe if he croaks, that's bullish. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a track record of years. I don't know how many years posting online. Like,
yeah,
just like I love people like that in general that have just been 10 or 20, 30 years in finance. Like, you can just learn so much from these people. So
What's that big candle in the beginning though?
yeah, I don't know. I think I
that's
don't
when
know.
you discovered Ron.
I think
Right.
I don't.
Yeah.
Did he make the coin? He did, right?
He pump
Yeah.
funded. Yeah, but do you think this coin changed his view on crypto? I don't think it did.
I don't know. Have you watched his content? I couldn't really say.
I think that was like the whole thing. That was like the whole thing in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really watched any. I can't really.
MLG is a good one to pull up off of UFD because it's like relatively new. It's supposed to be off this cult gaming stuff. I know a lot of people that have a lot of conviction. I have a bag, but not a
I
big
just
one at
cheated
all.
my bag.
Did
out.
you?
Yeah.
I was literally thinking about doing that like yesterday when I saw it where it was at, and then I saw Boss Man had crazy conviction in it, so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll leave it, and then it pulled back like 25%.
So I think what's tricky about MLG is besides it being up like 100x in the last 2 weeks, which is always, always something to keep an eye on. I think very likely what's happening in MLG is like what we saw in SPX, right? That big ass corrective consolidation after 100x. So what we need to keep an eye on here is hopefully this is just a corrective consolidation, like I said, and chops sideways for a few weeks and continues higher. But with any type of consolidation, you have to keep an eye on the low here. Because if it does break below that, that could signal again to like a longer term top where at least is coming down a lot lower, right? So best case scenario, we just chop sideways for a little bit and continue higher. But like anything that's up fucking 100x in a week, right? We should expect some type of cool off. So I think this is just a sign of, if you're able to get in right here, that's cool. But, always be careful chasing at the top of something because it's pretty stressful at this point when it's 50-50.
Right.
With that being said, I would assume because of how much mind share is on this thing that it will continue higher eventually. But with that being said, keep an eye on this low here at 60 mil. It literally could rip here at any time. Maybe it gets an exchange listing. But again, just always something to keep an eye on with a consolidation, and always just to keep an eye on when something pumps up. It's always going to cool off. Attention's always going to shift elsewhere temporarily. UFD, we already looked at that. Look, has peanut potential. Yeah. MLG and Apple. Yeah, we'll look at Apple. Bought Soul using MoonPay, and now MoonPay is sponsoring Ron YouTube channel. Yeah, MoonPay has deep roots in crypto.
Loving the comments today. Keep comment. Keep the
this engagement's amazing. This is exactly what we're looking for. We love you guys. Will Trump coin be a thing? There's only one at 100 million plus. Will Trump? Oh, yes. Thank you, Panda. It's another one too that I posted in the channel a little bit ago. I just typed in fucking Panda. Dude, my mind during these streams.
You're fried.
What'd you say? I'm fried. I know, right? Trump MAGA. So yeah,
Trump is that one's the best one. I thought Trump would be running.
Fuck Trump.
So, Trump, I think, is going to run too, and probably might run higher. But to me, I really like the setup on MAGA on ETH, and we'll go over Trump too. But I posted this, I think, down here before we started ripping. Beautiful corrective channel. I think to me there is going to be a Trump narrative. I think it's obvious now that it's like very likely to happen. But even before, it was like to me, I think there's, if Trump fulfills even partial what he's doing, there could very well be a Trump narrative where all Trump coins do go up with the strength of everything else. And I think that's what the chart is pointing to exactly. Lack of consolidation, multiple bounces, and then consolidation at the bottom here for 2 weeks. Ripping. I think the last confirmation for me, again, close above the bounce high here at 250. But I think this is going to continue higher, and very likely we see new all-time highs on MAGA over the next few months above $1 billion. So, if you're getting right here, I think you're looking at a 5 or 10x this year, honestly. And then Trump. Again, it's all about mind share, guys. There's a narrative for Trump. Looks beautiful too, not gonna lie. Beautiful corrective channel, multiple bounces. Just as beautiful as it gets when it comes to like a higher time frame corrective channel. And then we do get some consolidation here for a few months to kind of bounce it off. It's not as exploding as much as Trump is right now, but I think Trump is going to rip. Is anybody here? I still hold a little bit of Trump.
Nah, fuck Trump. But if you had to pick,
no, I don't hold any Trump coins.
Trump or Harambe, if you had to pick lock-in or Harambe right now for just trade setups, what are you taking?
Dude, it's tough.
Dude, Bren loves Harambe. You know what you're gonna say.
I love lock-in too, though, but they're both really similar, man.
Lock-in probably.
I would say lock-in probably. Lock-in's probably like the quote-unquote safer bet, but I think they're both gonna rip, man. Higher ceiling. They both have like a ceiling of $1 billion, I think, bro. As crazy as it sounds, like 500 to $1 billion. But I would say lock-in's probably like might have actually a higher ceiling. So I'd probably go with lock-in if I had to.
Did you go over this? The chart looks really good though.
It does. That's what I'm saying. It's like safer bet. Did you go over Soul timeline over the next week? Over the next week, I mean, I think it's going to continue to rip higher. Who knows? It could slow down for a few days. But I think that the majors are going to continue higher, guys. And the higher the majors go, the more mind share is going to be on crypto, which more people are going to buy on Coinbase and go down the risk curve and kind of start this hype cycle we always see. 1.4K viewers. Love to see that. We're coming up on our record here. I think we had 1.5K a few weeks ago. So love to see that. We are going to continue to go over memes for maybe 5-10 more minutes, and then we are going to talk about NFTs, which are bubbling up here. I really want to hear about from our boy Rotes and everybody else about their thoughts on NFTs as well. Oh, I forgot to check Apple. I did, huh?
You forgot to
Yeah,
check Bitcoin also, like ticker Bitcoin.
You're right. You're right.
AI
You're right.
getting fucking wrecked.
Yeah. Again, it's just attention shifts, man.
Someone told me to
What's the
shill
narrative here?
an
With
AI
Apple?
low cap.
So Apple, Yoni can tell you a little bit more, but they started off with like those AI thing where they turn pictures into like moving videos, like where they have two people kissing and all this weird shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like they have this Apple, the dog, where they have this dog with the apple in its mouth doing all this crazy shit with those videos, right, Yoni?
It's like an infinite AI. Like I'm not even sure. You
It's like
pretty
an
much
AI
type in.
generating.
Yeah, like AI generator where you can get the dog with the apple in its mouth to like literally do anything. I was heavy in this coin and kind of was like believing in the lore and like the fact that it was the first AI meme and all the things. And Adidas even used it once. I G'd my bag. I mean, I was kind of like drinking the Kool-Aid for a while. Then I was just like kind of off it. But I think
Yeah,
it's the
there's
run.
obviously like a community behind it because it did correct like this and then it's keep going up. So like I
And I
feel
think
like for you,
all-time high is like 70 million. I think it's still like 3x away, about like 2x away or 3x away.
2x, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's creeping up there. I would say for you to like hold through these, you'd really have to be in the chats like really deep in, like to have conviction that's going to keep going, and you know can't do that with every coin, right? So
Right.
I think I think it probably continues higher, and obviously got to watch the all time high. But if I had to guess, probably rips higher with everything else. I would just say if in these coins, there's certain coins that like I'm not going to take profits on until a lot higher, like SPX, Giga, all that. But a lot of these newer coins, guys, like the name of the game, the only way you're going to win this year, and just from my experience over this my third, fourth cycle here now, is you got to take profits. You got to press the sell button. And what I always recommend to do is I made a post in the Telegram here. You guys can go check it out. Called ABTPP. Always be taking partial profits is kind of like this profit taking system I developed a long time ago. Definitely go check out this video. Pretty much it's essentially taking profits on the way up, partial profits on the way up, with certain milestones that you set up ahead of time. I think this is super key. And if, especially if you're new, is like a certain tweak that you can make to your trading that can really increase your profitability. So, as well as far as Apple, I think it probably continues higher. So many Trump coins. Which are the better ones? The ones that are good are the ones that have time in the game. Like anything, you want ones that are months old that have had communities formed behind them. There's going to be 1,000 ticker Trumps that pop up. Most of them rugs, just like anything. Did you go over Soul Timeline? Yeah. Did you check ALK? We'll check ALK. Could you give your thoughts on SPX on Bitcoin? Yeah, SPX, Bitcoin, and ETH. Yeah, we'll go over Bitcoin too. SPX is already ripping, man. To me, I do think AI does continue higher, but I have way more money in these SPX, Giga, MOG, all that, because I think those are the ones that have these supply dynamics, time in the game, but most of all, these communities that are diamond handed, just like XRP, that as we get to 2, 3, 4, 5 billion, a lot of them aren't selling shit. Whereas all these AI XBT, where there's not a mission behind it, they don't have that strong community yet. A lot more people are going to take profits on the way up. Therefore, sell pressure, I think, is these. My whole point is I think these ones are not only going to rip, but get to those 5, 10, 15, 20 billion market caps for those reasons. Ticker Bitcoin, I think, is just on the verge of exploding. Still probably the best setup of all of these right now because of still being down 50% almost. So I think ticker Bitcoin is finally going to rip here and go to its rightful place at $1 billion plus. So stoked on that. And then SPX, like I said, we already looked at it, man. Same kind of thing. I think they're going to continue to rip. I think SPX and Giga are going to get to the top of the, or SPX is on ETH, but I think Giga is going to get to the top of the Soul meme leaderboard here. Mega,
You want to pull up
MAGA.
Bobcat again real quick for
Yeah.
mod.
Nope says beware of NFTs through a company Delphi. Serious
He's
investors
just
have it
spamming.
bid.
That's just spam.
I think he's just spamming.
Do you guys know what? Do you guys know what Helio? Do you guys know what Helio is? The company?
I think I've heard of it. What does they do?
I just know that a buddy at Moon, I think MoonPay just acquired them, and I was chatting to someone about it, and I didn't really know exactly what they did, but I think it's something to do with NFTs. So I was curious
What
if
is
you
it?
guys
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Helio.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Look at hold on. Aura is another one that's like a pretty common saying. You think it's probably going to run this time. I don't know too much about the Aura community or how much there's like a thing around it. I really don't like this double top type thing here, but I think that's why we came down so hard. But with that being said, if you do think the Aura community is still strong, they still have like a good mind share. This is probably where you want to buy. Popcat, you'll look at Popcat and Trust.
So Helio just does payments. It's just another thing for MoonPay payments.
Oh, it's just a payment system
For
Yeah.
NFTs specifically, or is it just
No,
like
it's
everything?
just payments for vendors, like
Oh,
for
okay.
IRL transactions.
So you can like
Oh.
pay with meme coins or pay with whatever, pay with
Yeah.
crypto.
You can pay with fart coin. You just fart in their face, and then you're like, here.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, that's what it was. My bad. Yeah, it was.
It's like another one of those ones we were
Yeah.
talking about. Popcat though, to kind of we talked about this earlier, but yeah, Popcat very likely bottomed out here, rips with everything else. I think a good target for Popcat on this next run is maybe like 3, 4, 5 billion. Probably higher, man. I mean, it's already at 2 billion at the all-time high. Very likely at least goes 2x above that. So from here, I do think it rips. Yeah, Trust. Thank you for your expertise. Thanks for being on here, bro. Mishi. Yes, I think Mishi, if it's not already running, have you guys seen that lately?
I yeeted my Michi bags. Fuck. Am I gonna regret it?
No, your other shit's going up, dude. Look at this. Beautiful consolidation. No, I think Mishi, this is kind of, it does need to hold this low, and I think it does. I think it will. Pretty fucking gnarly setup though here. How it came all the way back to all-time highs and then came back all the way back down to the low. But it happens sometimes. All it takes is just like a quick shift of momentum to AI for a little bit for these coins to correct hard. But again, Mishi has all the makings for like a longer term target. A lot of these guys, again, are not holding or not selling at 400 million. They have these higher targets. So I think for that reason and others, that Mishi makes it to a billion eventually. Maybe it takes a little bit longer because it has been hit harder. But yeah, I think Mishi makes new all time highs. Woo was able to hop back in. Yeah, shout out to you, Mike.
Bitcoin 106 incoming.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is this now a Bitcoin all-time high watch party?
Oh
Just
yeah.
about, right?
It's about to turn into one, buddy. Fuck, I did not mean to do that.
Yeah, put on the one tick chart and watch it.
Yeah, right. I need to go to the 1 second chart real quick. No, yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's look at the oh yeah, Trust. I don't want to skip that, guys. Trust. I don't know if we should trust in the process right now for this.
Right.
There's a lack of trust there, isn't there?
Yeah, I think I've lost the trust in the process here, guys.
Redrawing the corrective channel.
Yeah, no, I got to. I got to give this guy hope. Some hope, No.
Now I trust it. Now I trust it.
It's technically
Bren, you gotta chill with that. You be making charts that look like shit look so good when you readjust those corrective
No, I mean,
channels.
technically, if you want to look at this is either a correction or it's dead. So if the guy thinks it is a correction, this is how you want to look at it. But I know, right? I make a fucking 99% rug look like a
Yeah, you make
bro. Bren's an artist. Bren's a chart artist.
You need to come out with an NFT. You need to come out with like an NFT chart like recollection. Where you like recharge it, what they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
I think he just reestablished the trust.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the plan.
Wait,
no, but I do think.
You one real quick.
What'd you say?
Brent. I'm gonna ChatGPT a nice picture for you. I know what's going on.
Hell yeah, sounds good. But with that being said, even though I have this corrective channel here, there's not by no means does that mean it's going to go back up for sure. It is down over 90%, which is never good. What I would like to see on Trust, again, doesn't mean it's it's over. I would like to see multiple weeks of consolidation or like at least a week plus of consolidation to kind of confirm that the bottom's in, and then a shift back to like 15 mil to really confirm, okay, this is like a real resurgence. I know looks terrible now, but go look at a lot of charts. We're down 90, percent. I did have Trust up here. I did sell most of my bag, especially on the way down as it, crashed like 80%, took a lot of profits up here, but I'm not really tapped into like the community. If you still think it's building, you do see some consolidation, you should probably hold. But yeah, definitely by no means does it mean it's going to recover for sure. But for everybody who's still holding this, I hope it does for your sake.
Essentially Russian roulette.
Yeah, it's what we deal with on a daily basis here. Damn, I did not. Okay.
There's a lot of AI coins. I mean, I know we're talking about everything shifting, but there's a lot of AI coins that are on decent corrections now. That I mean, if you believe it's going higher, I guess it's kind of like every time the market shifts, it forces everyone who doesn't have a lot of conviction in their bags to really question how much conviction they really have, how much they really believe.
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of like the MO right now with everything.
for sure. Yeah, so with the AI stuff, I do think again it's probably just going to chop out for a little bit, and then we should continue higher eventually. But expect the cult stuff to continue up. Hold on.
Is there some kind of like overarching graph for like the entire AI sector that we can look at, like maybe what it's dipped at or where it was? You
Here,
don't
let
have to
me
do that
pull.
now, but maybe next time we can.
Yeah,
Kinda, you might see something like that on cookie.fun.
Oh right, just kind of like mine. But is that mine? Oh yeah, that's mind share between me and AI, right?
Yeah, it does show the total market cap. You can hit the chart on that and see it. I guess I can share if we're gonna slide into
yeah,
NFTs.
yeah. Let's
Anyways,
go
here,
ahead and
right?
transition to NFTs. I'm definitely gonna maybe cover some more stuff at the end, but I do want to transition to NFTs. Usually, what we do at first here is have my boy Rotes go over some stats over the last few weeks. So go ahead and share your screen if you can, Rotes.
Yeah. So here you have the market cap on AI. So the chat's kind of covering a bit here. Let's see.
Okay.
So yeah, cookie.fun is a great source for it. It doesn't include necessarily everything, but it is an excellent source for seeing not only mind shares particular AIs, but also seeing the market cap. And that's what I use for my market cap data updates.
Got it. Thanks. All right, NFT.
NFTs. I did not refresh this. I'm sleeping at the gun. But I'll kick off a refresh on it. But either way, volume. Actually, it's done one recently. It does this automatically. So 7 hours ago, volume's looking good. A nice little rebound from kind of this lower trough. Again, chat likes to cover my charts, but everything's looking really good there. And then active users, unique traders is holding pretty stable as well, which I want to see. So that's really good. And then we got a retracement for the most part back to that 1.69 on the index. Kind of what I was looking for. There's some discounts in the overall across the NFT board, so not bad. Wanted to see a good amount of retracement. I think at this point, like I mean, we're just looking for a catalyst, but I would look to enter positions now on NFTs. I think generally speaking, we've kind of had that little bit of a cool off period. We might get some additional. I mean, it's always the case with NFTs where you're getting this corrective channels and then your pumps, and that's kind of the price action there.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, that's what we would look for. Taking a look at Magic Eden, pretty flat, a little bit of down on the majors across the board. Pudgies are at 24. That's kind of where they have been for the last week. Azuki's the 23rd is when the token airdrop is to occur.
Nice.
Curious to see if we have any rally coming up into that. But there will be anime token and that liquidity entering the market. So we'll wait to see there. We're still waiting through the abstract. Seems like abstract's gonna kind of drag things out a bit, which is fair. So we might be looking at end of Q1 or something like that for abstract.
Really, I thought it was supposed to jam in January. No.
In January, I don't know, because they were talking about XP points and everything else, and like the platform itself hasn't really launched. So like.
I think the L1's supposed to launch in January, I think, but then maybe you're right. Maybe the token
L1 and then there's additional from there. Okay, that makes sense. Um, uh, punks are kind of going through this weird little bit because of this whole Yuga thing. Um, and maybe that's part of the catalyst. Maybe Yuga does announce the sale. There was kind of like this element where, who was it that asked, said that they'd pay 1 ETH for the kind of the correct answer on the status of the punks here, and then Garga answered that that it's nothing's happening, and then after said he was just trolling. So nothing's happening, but maybe something's happening. So we'll see. I know Seed Phrase is very interested, very keen on owning Punks or having control of Punk's IP.
Has he tweeted that he's like his interest or something? Why do people? What's
Yeah, because back on the timeline a while back, I think 23 through the bear market, he expressed interest and was looking to
you'd
try
think
and
the
get
price
them.
for that's probably way higher now though.
And then
Has he?
or less.
and he also made a little eyeball comment on the initial rumors as well.
Less, even though it's
so,
up like 3x off the bottom, the floor price.
I mean,
They
NFTs
have
aren't
like
as hot as when they bought it before. So I would like to point out that I'm also in the running of acquiring CryptoPunks.
you are?
Yeah.
Are you buying the punks? Okay, that's good. I like it.
I think we were saying though, Seed Phrase said that in the 23
Sweet.
bear market. I would think that like it's probably worth more now, but who knows? Just
not,
the fact that
not a ton more. I mean, in the scheme of things, punks have been one of the more stable collections. Sure, there was, depending on his exact timing, punks got down to that 50K range, but
I think the biggest part of that acquisition though is that whoever owns it owns 500 CryptoPunks, which is $52 million. More than that, I'm sorry, like $90 million, or I'm sorry, $70 million or something. 38 ETH times 500 in current ETH price, which is pumping. So I think that might be the biggest part of the deal is whoever Yuga, for example, has 500 CryptoPunks. You'd imagine a lot of those are probably rare. So that's like probably $50 to $100 million in CryptoPunks right there. That might be the biggest part of the deal.
Yeah, but you can't sell it at all. Like once you start selling it, like it's gonna.
Not about that. You can borrow against it. There's a number of things you can do, especially in the future if CryptoPunks probably do become the internet, whatever the hell it comes, worth however much someday. But yeah, I just that alone I think might be the biggest part of it right now, especially if CryptoPunks, whoever's going to buy it, is very likely, hopefully, not going to do much with it. But I don't know. I think that was kind of the whole part of that one dude that you were talking
That's
about.
kind of
Right?
the problem with CryptoPunks, though. Like, if you buy it, you have to do something with it, and then it's kind of like the NFT collection you can't do anything with.
Like,
yeah, no, you buy you're buying it to protect it.
Yeah, you're just like a museum. Like you just show it.
Nothing's going to be done with
anything, bro. Like it's collecting anything in the real life. Nothing else has utility, right? It's just like we're spoiled in the NFT world where we expect collecting something's going to have some type of utility to it. Where in everything else, you collect a fucking Michael Jordan card, you're not expecting Michael Jordan's going to send you something, right?
I think the only way someone's going to get financed to buy it is if they launch a token, and that might be bad.
I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious that CryptoPunk is, crypto continues to gain mind share. CryptoPunk's like the original kind of artifact, whatever you want to call it, digital collectible. I think it's pretty obvious that they're probably going to continue higher. With that being said, like there's probably not much. Whoever does buy it probably is not going to yield too much from the IP, like you said. So whoever buys it's probably going to do nothing with it.
Yeah, but if you're spending like $1 million plus $5 million, like
that's the whole,
buy something, like why buy it? Like you can spend it on something else.
Because maybe you have 50 other punks that you care about the IP and you want it to stay the way it is and not have Disney or somebody fuck it up. I heard a rumor that they were going to sell CryptoPunks to like somebody else, and Yuga kind of stopped that from happening or something. But who knows? What NFTs have the most potential at the stage? We'll go over that for sure. As far as the 2021 collections, it'll be interesting to see if Azuki pumps into that. I think we're kind of waiting for a bull market for one of two things to happen. Either some big catalyst comes out, with NFTs, or like momentum spills over to where like Pudgy, Suzuki, like maybe Doodles, whatever hits all-time highs. We're kind of like where we just cross the chasm where there's like no turning back. The momentum's so strong. We were talking about that last time on stream. There's a lot of potential things that could happen. But I do think, what was I going to say? I do think, yeah, we're kind of waiting for some kind of big event or something big to kind of push us over the edge. But I do think you're asking about the most potential NFTs at this stage. For me, I think what my thesis for NFTs, and it's been, for months, and kind of how I've been structuring my buying is, I think NFTs this time around are going to be concentrated mostly in two baskets. One is the top 10 2021 collections, the Pudgies, Azukis, Bored Apes, V Friends. I know V Friends is not top 10 right now, but I'm talking about from last cycle. These collections that have good operators and still building something, I think it's going to be concentrated in those, and then a lot, the rest, a very big chunk of the rest in meme coin NFTs, which have not hit yet. I think meme coin NFTs, the convergence of meme communities, which are the strongest part of crypto, and then NFTs, which are heating up. I think those things are going to be one of the strongest narratives in crypto this year. And for that reason, I think a lot of these collections are going to go crazy. A lot of people haven't caught on to this. So I do think, for example, if you can get a Aeon, Project Aeon, which is the NFT of the SPX 6900, or a Sproto, I do think those are going to go insanely higher from here and very likely enter the top 10 to 20 in an NFT floor prices in the world, like overall. Again, they're sitting at 1.5, both at 1.5 right now. A poo, kind of going down the risk curve. I think those are going to be the pudgies and apes of the meme coin NFT meta. And that's kind of already priced in a little bit. Smaller coins, Apu, which is right there at 0.11. I have like 30 or 40 of those. I think those, again, the Apu community, the coin, those have been distributed for 3 or 4 months now. I think those, very likely could go to 1 ETH plus this next time around. What I do like about these meme coin NFTs is they are, a lot of them, like the kind of the meta is like the 3K collection, whereas a lot of these old 2021 collections, the meta was 10 or 20K collections. I do think for that reason, it gives a lot of these meme coin NFTs a boost by having smaller collections. So to answer your question, who asked that? Benny, I think. I do think you want to look at the Apus. The Zero Borns right now might be the best. As Zero Bro finishes up its consolidation, we saw AI 16Z partners. If you want to go to those really quickly, I think this is the AI 16Z partners. If you could go to that. Zero Borns too, but AI 16Z partners, I do think this is like the first example of this playing out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them on there. They should be. It's on Soul. I don't know if you're on Soul. No, that's it. Just type in AI 16Z at the top.
Where are they? Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, right there. Those ran from 2 to 10 Soul. I do know the guy Sesame who's starting this DAO, this like another coin. That's kind of where it's keeping the hype up. But either way, I think this is exactly what we're going to see here over the next few months. Is a lot of these meme coin NFTs just going crazy. People are going to want to hold a official NFT of their meme. So yeah, I think this meta is just now heating up. If whoever asked that, AI 16Z partners are a little up. I still think they probably go to 20 plus Soul, but the Zero Borns, the Apus, what else? As far as meme coin NFTs, not a lot has come out yet. The Hedgens, that's another like underrated community. The Retardio Cousins at 10 Soul, I think those are kind of a no-brainer as well. Just stuff like at Fart NFT. It's a fart coin NFT as well at under a Soul. I mean, come on. I know my boy Rhodes likes the art on that. And then Yakub, another one. I think, again, we're going to start to see Luces, another one. Not too many projects out yet, but we're going to see this meta start to heat up. So I think that's your best bet. And then V Friends is my biggest my biggest 2021 collection. For me, it's an operator bet. That's the only reason any of these coins run in AI as well, is that the operator's ability to create partnerships and ultimately make the IP matter. And I think Gary Vaynerchuk is just miles and years ahead of any of these operators. And of course, that hasn't played out in the NFT world yet. I mean, last cycle he was just on top, but it's like as far as mind share. But I do think this cycle around, he has big plans. And I think in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start to see him not only talk about V Friends a lot, but just the crypto or NFTs in general. and probably start to sweep a lot of projects and stuff. So I think it'll be positive for NFTs in general. So if you're looking for like a really undervalued 2021 collection, I would look at VFriends Series 2, and same with Aeons and Sprotos. If you can get a Series 1 VFriend, I think those are very, very, very undervalued against other 2021 projects right now. So meme decks, what do you think about? I think meme decks is going to continue up. But
I'd like to add that I think ordinals, node monks, Bitcoin puppets. You know, if you're really reaching for a bit of a longer shot at upside, both those to me seem like a really interesting move. So like if you consider where they were for all-time highs around the half Bitcoin range, and the fact that Bitcoin itself is also looking to rally, I think, you know, if you're willing to place a bet, that's one that I think has a good portion of upside. But I really like the meme NFTs. I think it's a good way to place several bets on a few different communities. I think that also works well.
Hell yeah, good point.
And then, you know, if you're look at something like apes, and if the apes were returning to their glory, you're looking at that, you know, maybe a 3x from where they're currently at. You know, I think still 40 ETH is kind of the target range for them, at least in the kind of midterm range. So, you know, they've been quiet, looking for, you know, like apes down at 16 in terms of total volume is pretty crazy. They're super quiet.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I was just
talk
looking
about Azuki not moving. What's going on with Azuki?
Right. I think it's a general bit of confusion around the your collector score and
dude,
how that plays
score,
in.
Why would I buy it if I don't?
Right. That's exactly it. I think that's what's kind of hedged, or like, you know, taken back some of that. I think people are you know, under or like overreacting to that. I think if you're buying Azuki prior to claim, you're probably good, right? But the collector score will add on top of what you've done, and I think it's a good way to reward holders that have been there and have been collecting. So for the most part, it's probably not bad. It's not great for, you know, bags and appreciation, right, and speculative moves, but I think it's good for the current community, and I also believe that people are probably underplaying the impact of collector score versus just buying one now and
you mean they're
holding
overplaying it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like it's so right. The risk reward for buying it is like not. It's not there, right? Not the same for Pudgies where.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just all hinges on. Sorry to interrupt. I think it just all hinges on like if we just get a full on bull market or not. I do agree with you guys. I think a lot of what we're seeing in these projects is like old whales start to like accumulate. I don't know if you've seen these Azuki guys like dropping 100, 200K on these like really rare Azukis right now, and trying to get these badges on the collectible thing, which I think is sick. But I do think right now what we're seeing across VFriends, which I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing in Azuki, Apes, a lot of these older like OGs starting to buy again, which is usually the sign before a bull market, is you see like whales start to buy, kind of seeing
the
the
price isn't moving.
Seeing yeah, like like the whales start to buy, kind of seeing, reading between the lines and seeing what's coming, and then there's some kind of catalyst or some kind of event or momentum just spills over, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh shit, like NFTs are it again. I need to start being really risky. It's crazy that happened. That's how markets work, where people are more risky as everything's fucking up 5 or 6x. They're more willing to drop 100K on something. Whereas right now, where it's like, okay, it's pretty obvious we're probably going to get some kind of NFT thing, but everybody's just fucking terrified. So anyway, I do think for me, I think we're going to get a digital asset super cycle where, you know, maybe takes a little bit for NFTs. Maybe NFTs don't take off till March or April, but I think we're going to get so much positive signaling from Trump and the new administration and stuff on tokenization and all these things, to where I think all digital assets are going to have kind of a really strong year this year. And I think Wale or whatever was bringing up that he thinks there's going to be some big new mints that kind of go crazy. I think that's also crucial. We need to start to see new mints start to pop. That's the equivalent of like the low caps, right, in crypto. Because I don't think there's been really any too hype new mints, right, outside of few on abstract, right?
Yeah, there's the few other coming on abstract that stand out. There was one recently that was all right, performed all right. But yeah, no, the hype mints, other than a couple on abstract that look promising. The whole abstract chain and meta for NFTs, that'll be interesting. I mean, given that it's kind of Pudgy's led, it has a potential of doing something, but these alternate chains never really seem to take off the way we want them to.
I mean, the other one was Ape Chain, but Ape Chain did it like 4 years too late.
Yeah.
Giresun's up. We called it.
Yeah, it's up about 12%. Like I said, I want breaking 1 ETH now is kind of the next point here. Again, I think this one risk reward for a airdrop. This one's still probably pretty good value for the NFT and the airdrop with it. So redacted airdrop incoming. This is they own BullX and are created BullX, so there's some value there. Plus these are sick. So I like Jirsan. None of us have picked it up. Not all of us talked about it, but they're all right.
Right on.
Looks like Bitcoin's ripping right now.
Yes, sir.
Run it, Bitcoin.
Yeah, pull up big. Oh, you are looking at it. Fuck yeah, all time high.
I don't know what to do about these Bitcoin options. I'm thinking about repositioning.
Like in another time thing.
Yeah, I think I bought it. I bought it too conservative, but we'll see. We'll see when it's the red day. Is how I feel.
Trust. You might have talked about this already. Yeah, Trust. It's tough. It's down 90%. It's not for sure that it's going to come back. But what you'd like to see is like a week or two of consolidation and then a shift to the upside. I haven't really been paying attention too much to Trust.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. What's up?
You know what meme coin we didn't look at? Virtuals.
Yeah, definitely pull that up. I think virtuals are very likely deep correction, but that's kind of one of the GOAT in virtuals. I think have a narrative that's kind of really concrete with virtuals being like a real infrastructure.
There was a bad tech demo recently. Was that on Virtuals or was that on another platform?
I don't know. Was that
no, Virtuals had the they had an issue with their contract.
What? Really? That's not
good. So there was an announcement around that, and then so that's what this recent retracement is, because like right now Virtuals is doing the opposite of what the majority of the AI sector is. So something like it could be bought more in between bonding or something like that. Not super sure, but either way, they're working on something there. I think they've stopped bonding new AI agents, etc. So a bit of uncertainty, a little bit of FUD. If it happened to something like Pumped Up Fund, it would have wrecked the overall market, right? So virtuals, and then there was another AI protocol that had a tech demo that didn't go well and underperformed. So the AI agents themselves, the memes themselves, are kind of still the interesting one. These platforms have had their struggles.
Yeah. I expect virtuals might make another low here after kind of rejecting that high. I think it's kind of turning into a little bit of a corrective channel. And probably makes another low, or at least retest that low at I don't know, I can't see the number. We should probably look into having the comments be like translucent, kind of like how they are on a lot of Twitch streams. But we could talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be cool. But yeah, what market cap is it at right now? I can't really see.
It's at 3.34 B.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes under like low twos again and then goes higher. But yeah, damn. Go to SPX right now, see if it's ripping. Here, I can look at it too.
Everything's ripping right now.
SPX is ripping.
Let's go. Yeah, so I mean, guys, I think the cult meme coins again that have those supply like dynamics that XRP and all these other coins do continue to outperform. With that being said, if you feel like AI is your interest, you have a lot of these coins that you really like, I would implore you to focus. Don't take your eyes completely off that, because there is going to be some really good opportunities that present themselves right now. We're already seeing AI 16Z down 50%, zero bro, all that. A lot of people are going to shift their attention to what's pumping, which is going to be FWOG and all the cult memes that are coming up. But if you like the AI stuff, definitely definitely look for good opportunities here. Don't take your eye completely off the ball. I'll definitely be looking, for some good entries on a lot of these coins when attention does shift a little bit to these other memes. But yeah, for the most part, I do think our core memes that we've been talking about on these streams and everywhere else for months, the SPX, the Gigas, the Mogs, all that are going to continue to outperform everything else in the next few months. So definitely we continue to hold those, and yeah, definitely look for some stuff in the AI. And I'm sure there'll be other narratives that pop up too. There always is. D-size, another one people have been kind of hyping up. I don't really know anything about too much about that at all, but yet. But yeah, NFTs, I think are gonna, over the next few months have their time. So look at the few of the ones that we, talked about on this stream today. And I think we're coming up on, we'll get off here in a couple minutes. I want to look at the chat a little bit longer. Let's see.
Someone just put another Azuki on the floor. It's 12.33 now
Damn.
on Blur.
That's fine. I should see it here.
Roja says, Yoni, thanks for answering my questions from earlier this week.
Drip.
Sir.
Yoni, what are you looking at for memes? What do you got in the trenches?
Okay, so I mean, I'll admit I've been a little bit maybe too jazzed up in the AI bubble, but even in the AI bubble, I've been looking at Mements for a super low market cap. It was one of the few that actually had like a little mini pump today, but it's still relatively low at like 6.5 million market cap right now. That's what I've been looking at. And Moss still like at 14.5. I've been DCAing in since like 18. For some reason, I've just been kind of like building my conviction as far as like low cap AI coins. And Schizo, I started DCAing in at like 39. I'm going to see how it responds over the next day or two, but I might continue to DCA into Schizo. A lot of the boys are in it, and it's kind of like a multi-play. Product's not out yet. I think it should be out in the next like week and a half or so. But it's like an infrastructure play, an AI agent, and I guess like swarms or something. I just saw kind of like a little bit of the chat on it, and I saw that it was like a multi-play. And then outside, I'm still heavy on AI XBT too. But outside of AI, I'm really just kind of following Bren with the best setups on cult memes. Like I don't have a ticker Bitcoin position, but I want to. Right now, I'm just riding SPX, Giga. I want to keep sizing into lock-in, and that's pretty much like what I'm looking at as far as colds. I have a lot more. Of my port is designated to AI. Like I still got a lot of LMT that had a pump and then pull back. Still have a good amount of zero bro. Still have a good amount of ALK. So these were all kind of positions that I was riding. A bit of MLG and Buzz. Buzz is the last position I'll talk about. It had a decent pullback, but I mentioned it on the last stream. I'm not sure where it was at, maybe around like 30 or 40 million, something like that. Before pulling back, it hit like 110 or 115 million. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So those are kind of all the things that I've been looking at, watching, DCing in or out of.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and definitely we'll earlier on in the show next time we should have we'll do this little segment with Yoni's picks. I know AI, which what we usually do, that's mostly just corrections. So
yeah,
hell yeah.
Bren, take a look at the photo I sent you on Telegram. Also,
Okay.
1.7 thousand people
let's go.
on Twitter. I got 350 on TikTok, so 2K.
Jeez. Good thing we're crushing TikTok before it goes down.
I know we just
yeah.
get in the last bit.
Also,
TikTok.
low key,
We'll have
I
to-
know it's another AI play, but UBC for some reason, I mean, it's still relatively low. It's been showing some pretty decent strength, I think. I've been watching it over the last like couple weeks. You could pull it up, UBC. It's kind of flying under the radar. Didn't do any crazy kind of pumps except for that like first initial, I think like day or two. After that, it's been kind of flying under the radar, but it's just been showing strength where I've seen a lot of other things dump. It'll maybe just move down like 10 or 15%. When things bounce, it'll bounce and hold. So I've been a little bit surprised by this, even though there's not as much like action or hype around it. So I'm going to continue watching this one too.
For sure. Perfect. Yeah, no, sorry, I was just looking at a text.
Also, what are the chances Elon Musk buys TikTok? 0 or
0?
Why do you say 0?
Dude, TikTok's not even. They're shutting down just to like spite us. Like they don't have to shut down. They're just doing it to spite us.
Yeah.
Like they do not. Like it's not government. Like the government only didn't let them. The government only stopped them from updating the app, and then also from posting on App Store and the Android Store. And they're just like, nah, we're just gonna shut it down for everyone.
Why can't Elon spin up a quick TikTok? You know,
because he's a shit programmer, bro. Look at fucking X.
X is fine, isn't it?
I don't know. You remember when like everyone would get rugged on Spaces?
Couldn't old Zuck spin one up quick? Don't we have some good devs?
I don't
Do
know,
something?
dude. The TikTok algo is like perfect. It's like actually like the best thing in like 10 years.
It is unreal. Unreal.
That's just like
it knows us all
in your veins.
Yeah. Damn, 1.7K views. I love that. It's amazing. 2K soon. Pirate of the Star says ski. Is that a coin? Or are you?
Yeah, it's Ski Mask on base. It was a runner. It actually did really well. We like had a partnership.
Big back in the Dog with Hat days.
I know.
I want everybody on this stream right now to go click on my fucking boy Yoni's here link and follow this guy. This guy has I'm not gonna say too much, but like he has a lot of crazy stuff coming content wise that you're definitely want to watch out for. So super stoked on that. Go and follow everybody on this stream, even my boy Ford Loco who dipped here a little bit earlier. Again, these streams are going to be coming more entertainment value. We're going to have our faces, all this stuff. Ultimately, these streams are, for you guys that if you have any suggestions to make these streams better, how we can help you out or, show more plays or whatever that you think could improve the show. We're definitely open to suggestions. So you can always shoot myself a DM on Telegram. I'm back on Twitter now. B3L guys as well. But yeah, definitely give a follow to everybody on the stream, the B3L as well. Go ahead and check them out on Discord, Telegram. Check out the Boss Man Calls Telegram. And yeah, turn on post notifications because, again, we're going to do these streams at least twice a week. What Fur Loco and I were talking about and everybody earlier is right now we're doing 2 shows where it's kind of just our analysis. Pretty soon we're going to start to have hopefully, some guests on. And, if it's a trader, maybe they're still giving their takes on the market and everything like we're doing. But if it's more of a builder or, somebody else, maybe just go into their story and make it more of an interview. But if you have any suggestions or anybody who you'd like to see us have on, or if you're somebody who's a builder or a trader or somebody who's watching this stream right now, reach out. We'd love to have you on. Definitely want to have different perspectives and hear people's stories because there's a lot of really cool people in crypto who, are under, don't have the spotlight on them. I think streaming and all that's is a good tool for that. So any other thoughts before we end it? We went 2 hours, 5 minutes today.
No. I mean, look at this chart, Bren. You love this chart.
Oh, yeah. Ski.
You'd be like, this is your chart right here.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Nice corrective channel. You already know.
Another up, another down.
Just a tip for you guys too. If you guys are trying to look at these like the way I'm looking at with these corrective channels, just anybody, I do use the log chart and it's easier to see them a lot of times with that. It's kind of uncommon. Most people don't use the log, but when you're looking on the higher time frames, it is better with these corrections that way. But with that being said, yeah, it looks pretty corrective. I'd expect maybe another low to be made here, like go a little bit lower. But I'd expect Ski Mask Dog to continue higher. I do think there is going to be more attention pretty soon here on base as far as TVL in general, as well as just like that will translate to the top memes probably going up. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Probably expect it to go higher soon. And Panda, I don't know. There's been a few people saying their comments aren't going through. We're not deleting comments, I promise you. It's probably just Twitter acting up.
Unless you're saying some crazy shit.
Yeah,
unless
come on,
you're
Panda. Say the right
unless you're
thing.
doxing Danksy, then he's gonna delete it. But
You don't know who I am. I don't even know who I am.
I had a thought earlier in the show. I was like, what if we had the commenters try and guess what we looked like
jeez.
for when we
What
actually
do you
have face cam? You
I
know what I
don't know
mean?
about that.
And,
There's gonna be some
I
hurt
think-
feelings, man.
Have us draw us a picture. Draw us as a picture, and the closest one gets a prize.
No.
That's
no.
exactly what I was thinking.
We will
I
not
was
be
thinking-
pulling those up. No,
I
no, that's funny though.
think that would be fun.
That's so funny.
I
was
mean,
really
for
happy
me, you already know what I look like, so it's
Yeah.
unfortunately. Or
yeah, it's
fortunately,
easy for you to
whatever.
say, Roads. Damn it.
I
Brad,
know,
you showed
right?
yourself on stream like a while back. You like flashed the camera.
Yeah, for a second. Let's not give.
I didn't.
give that
I
to
didn't see
No,
it.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I
it's
missed
on
it.
YouTube.
But yeah,
It's on YouTube.
not a big deal. Yeah, it's stream number. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
No, for just a second. No, I think I made my original. My original Twitter was my name anyway. So if somebody used one of those apps, they could figure it
Is
out.
it not Brent?
No, it's not Brent. My name's Bren3Labs. It's a common misconception. People, they think my name Brent Raids. Is that my
Brent
name?
rates.
Yeah,
Brent
that's
raids
my name,
everything.
No, yeah, no, I'm not.
What's your
not
thoughts,
concerned.
Brent?
We're gonna dox the face here soon too, so I'm not too concerned about all that. So, Yoni, you still with us, brother?
Oh, it's
No?
me.
All right. Well, maybe Yoni.
Now's the time, Bren.
Pull up the photo I generated
Oh no, I mean
on Telegram. It's on Telegram.
Do I want to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, dude, it's cute.
All right, let's see. Hold on, I didn't even see it yet. Wait, on the chat?
No, it's just I sent you on Telegram like DM, like 101, or
All
yeah,
right, bet. That's sick. All right. Am I sharing my screen or no?
no,
No. Okay.
Is this a photo of Danksy?
yeah, it's just a nude.
But yeah, there I am. That's fire, actually. That's fucking hard. That's sick. That is crazy. You even got the candlesticks and shit like on my tweets. Like that's damn. That's Grok or what?
ChatGPT.
That's amazing. Wait,
So
just
that's what-
from what'd you put in there? Like from
Your
my,
PFP, and I was like, draw a painter drawing like TA on cards or something.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, coax it into generating it.
That's it's good. Very creative.
good.
Thanksy. They're very creative. No, I love that. That's fire. I might have to PFP that. Not really, but
It's too big to PFP.
yeah, I mean he's got the hood and shit too.
Well,
Did you type in hood?
You could
No, I
You
sent
could add-
in the FWOG.
yeah.
I sent in the FWOG PFP.
make that your banner. Make that your X banner,
Honestly though, I might have to do that.
right? Like that's
Fire.
really
Thanks,
good.
Thanksy. Good shit, dude.
What's your X banner right now?
Just a white fucking background.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Or
gotta
you,
do
do
that.
you even X?
Yeah. No, that's fire. K Chandra says enjoyed the stream. Yeah, appreciate you, K. I'll definitely tune in for Tuesday at 1 p.m.
Not 10.
Yeah, not 10. Not
We
10.
will all think it's
It'll be
10 up until about 9:50.
No, it's Tuesday at 1 and then Friday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
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 in
That's
a
what I said.
specific time.
Yes. But with that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and sign off. I do think this next week we're going to continue to rip higher. I would continue to hold the cult memes, maybe look at the AI stuff for some corrections. But I think it's going to be an exciting year, and we appreciate you guys being on.
This
Yep.
ski chart
Take care.
looks like the Bitcoin chart prior to the most recent rally.
Yeah, definitely. Looks very corrective. Definitely good point. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and catch you guys on Tuesday. Go ahead and give everybody a follow on the stream. and see you on Tuesday. Peace.
All right. See you guys. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Later.
All right, guys. Bye.
Yeah, good shit.